On this episode, we talk about Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, Astrobot.
And we do our very first VGO PS5 Pro presidential debate.
And I won.
5, 4, 3, 2, live! Philadelphia.
That's right. We have our very first own PS5 Pro presidential debate going on tonight where Matt and I will be squaring off.
Of course, and
very big.
John Tucker Anderson.
That's right. We're going to debate the price and what's going on with console
We have
gaming
Governor Bradford
in a little bit.
and Senator Madison here.
John, you're pulling the plug a little too early here.
No, this is called foreshadowing.
To episode
Welcome
871 of the Video Game
first
Outsiders
annual PS5 Pro debate.
Yep.
We will be covering this later in the show.
That's right. We are going to talk about all the details, the pricing, when myself, Senator Madison, square off with Governor Bradford. So that's a little bit later in the show. Of course, a big show before that. Welcome to episode 871 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I, of course, am your moderator, John Tucker Anderson.
That's right.
I didn't make a name. And
You're
I'm
Governor Bradford.
Governor Bradford.
Matt Sanders. Governor Matt Sanders.
Matt
Sounds good. We're running as an independent tonight. So yeah,
Sanders.
We have a big show tonight, though. Before that, we've got Astrobot to talk about, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and as a bunch of other big games I know we've all played. So not just the PS5 Pro talk tonight.
No,
but
we got big stuff.
Topic.
I'm excited, actually, because Matt, you and I are going to be jizzing all over each other soon.
Oh, God, I've worn my loose pants, if you know what I mean.
I'll knock you guys down a peg.
There's a lot of Sony.
I'll be there.
I'm
telling you.
From ear to ear.
Yeah, John, we have an Astrobot Sony PS5 Pro song for the end of the show. I think we know John loves.
Yeah, let's not do any spoilers, John, but it's going to be some fun.
What's that?
Yeah, so we've got a fun show.
spoilers?
Our
The
side
thoughts on
table.
How can you spoil Astrobot, by the way? You can't.
No, spoilers as to our review of it.
Yeah.
We know.
Although I think it's
One of you
pretty-
could hate it. I knew when I saw a little guy jumping around going, that John would love it because it's like Mario
it's much
with
more
a metal
than that,
suit.
Michelle.
It is. I
This
think,
is
you know.
joy stuffed
I
into
think it's a
every
low
little
T
corner
game,
of the
guys.
game.
I played Space Marine 2. You guys should try that. Well, I'm just trying to make fun of Astrobot because it can't be a full love fest. We have to counter this. You guys are going to go crazy. Your heads are going to explode during this review.
You can't
I'm
counter
just teasing.
Astrobot.
No, I mean, I think it looks fun, but I don't like those types of games. But I'm curious to hear about it. There's some Game of the Year talk about Astrobot. There's some Sony Juice talk I've been hearing. John, I want to see if you think it has
I had to
juice.
dry my hands before I came down here. So it's pretty bad. It's leaking out of the controller.
That's not good. So we'll be talking about that. I'm very curious to hear what makes the game so fun because people have been saying it's just a lot of fun. So that's good. But yeah, before that, we have 3 voicemails. We are live right now on videogameoutsiders.com. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. East.
For PS5.
No, not yet, Tiger. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it, you can listen anywhere podcasts are, as well as our free app where we do bonus shows during the week. Some are free, some are premium. And listen, we have a big hard-hitting piece planned for this week. We are interviewing a Asian game specialist undercover here, John. You know, they are an expert as to what's happening in the gaming industry with between comparing Wukong
Deep Throat.
This is going to be interesting.
She's
We're going to
coming on.
find out. Yeah, we're going to talk to her.
Can we disguise her voice?
I don't know. Let's hear her voice. If it's pleasant, we should let everybody hear it. But no, we're going to get into a deep dive here on the East versus the West and what's going on in gaming. We're going to talk to her and her experience in the industry, and that's going to go up on the app this week for subscribers. And that's only $1.99. Cool. You get weekly bonus shows and the back catalog. John, how do they do it?
That's right. Go to our website at videogameoutsiders.com. Once you get there is a red premium button. Go ahead, click it, lick it, slam it, whatever you need to do. Go to the next page, sign up, go premium, $1.99. Once you are a VGO club member, you unlock our entire back catalog of almost 20 years and all the bonus stuff we do every single week. I did a John show today. We do Micro VGO, PC Outsiders, Warcraft Outsiders. It's all on the app, but you got to go premium, $1.99 a month at videogameoutsiders.com. Then also grab our free app, totally free on iOS and Android. Just search for Video Game Outsiders.
It's not just free. It's totally free. Okay,
It's
we're all speaking like politicians tonight.
Yeah,
it's totally free. It's the perfect.
Listen, and people tell
free.
us all the time it's the best
It's the
app.
best free. It's the best.
I don't know what
It's the best app.
they say it all the time.
People,
It's the best app.
I'm hearing things. Yep.
I'm hearing things. They're like, how do you do it? I don't know. Yeah. It's the best app. It's the best app. It's the best app. So search for Video Game Outsiders, iOS and Android. The app's free. You can listen to these, weekly shows for free on there. And then if you go premium, you unlock all the shit on the app.
Yeah. And you want to hear this hard-hitting journalism we're doing this week, all right? It's going to be good.
It's a lot.
It is. It's a lot.
So, all right. And also, I guess we'll do voicemails. You guys can send us voicemails anytime during the week. Pick up the phone and dial 520-FEEL-VGO. Can be a question, comment, whatever. Pick up the phone and dial 520-FEEL-VGO. Tiger?
$700 for a PS5 Pro with no disk drive. Hard fucking pass.
Well, you just wait, because I have some thoughts on that.
Now, hang on. Now, wait.
Later
Senator, please. It is Governor Bradford's turn.
Oh.
I believe men like this are reflecting what we're all saying in our homes right now.
Okay.
I believe you guys are poorly informed. I blame the media. It's not your guys' fault. It's the media. We're going to correct some
that's a little sneak peek of what's coming soon. All right, we're not doing it yet. We're not doing this yet.
They're all snakes.
Governor Bradford, Senator, please.
The
Governor
money's
has
in your
the floor.
pocket, Bradford. I know who bought you.
Listen, Madison.
Big.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our 10-second spotlight. We will have our PS5 presidential debate soon.
That's right.
But for now, we're going to talk about what we played this week prior to the announcement.
Yes. Because
Michelle?
after that announcement, everything changed. So I played Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. And I want to talk about this game just quickly, get the mixed stuff out of the way, because there was sort of like a little bit of an attempt at a review bomb when it first came out, because some people didn't like the fact that you could do crossplay with the Epic Games Store, or so they installed like a little thing so you could crossplay with your friends. You can uninstall it, but people are like, you didn't warn us you were installing something epic when we bought this game, canceling review bomb. And so that was all very silly. There was some honest criticism, like it didn't launch with ultra wide support, which bothered me, but it's coming in a week or two. So outside of that, look, I really love this game, and there's some confusion as to like what it really is. And it's a lot of
what is it? Is it like a horde game?
Is it Helldivers? Is it a Helldivers?
No. Well, I mean, there's sort of
is endless
sort of a Helldiver
horde
mode, but I mean, so I beat the campaign, and let's talk about like the different modes, and then I'll talk about them like specifically. So there's a campaign mode which you can play solo or co-op, and I almost recommend people do it alone first, because there's so much stuff you can just miss. And if you know anything about Warhammer, you're going to like and just love the little details in the world. Now, I don't know much about Warhammer. Like, I'm kind of like a casual fan. Like, I've read like a few books, but I don't know all the details.
You don't paint miniatures in your
but I'd love to.
spare
I've been
bedroom?
looking at them. No, but I mean, if you're a hardcore Warhammer fan, like you're going to get so much more out of it than even I did. I've never stopped so much to take screenshots in a game. Like, the world is a spectacle, and these are the people who did one of the like zombie horde games. I forget which one. The creators of this game. So they have this like technology down pat. I have never seen so many creatures on screen at once.
What
with
about
no
that
lag,
dinosaur
no shutdown.
game I played though? That had a lot of.
I've never seen this before. Like the horde, they nailed the feel of the horde in this game, and just like you see them coming from the sky, the ground. Like I've never seen so many things like on the screen at once, and there's no lag, no issues with running, whatever. So Han says it looks like Gears of War. People are saying that. For me, I mean, I haven't played Gears of War in a long time. I don't feel like it's Gears of War because there's no cover system, and in this game, it's just not Gears of War to me because of that. But I can see a little bit of the Doom comparison for me personally, because it's like everything feels like a dance. There's a counter. So if you like block and counter, and then like, you can get a heal or charge your armor up. Like, so there's certain moves where you kind of get into the flow of combat. Now, some people are saying, the other criticism is it can be repetitive, but for me, I'm not feeling that. Like, I actually like the dance of feeling like you have to do these counters. If you play on a harder difficulty, you really have to do these countering moves to heal yourself. And you have to also use environmental damage like around to do that too. So yeah, you can play the co-op campaign alone or with friends. I haven't enjoyed a single player game this much in ages. Like, it feels like an old school awesome game in a good way. So I love the campaign.
So it's a shooter, like a third-person
It's a shooter melee combo. You have
Cover?
no cover.
Is there no cover? Okay.
No cover. You'll get different things throughout the campaign. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's certain
Real
points
men
where you'll
don't
get a
need coverage,
jetpack and other points where you'll be using something else. So the campaign mode, like all the modes are broken
Yo-yo?
up into their own separate, no yo-yos. That's not in the Warhammer lore. Broken up into their separate sort of progression systems. And the campaign is probably, some people are going, I did the campaign in 6 hours. Look, I don't know how they pulled that off. Maybe they put it on easy and rushed through it all and skipped all the cutscenes, didn't explore it all, didn't collect all the data sets. Like it took me probably 17 hours. So I think like 15 to 20 hours for the campaign is more accurate if you're not just like putting it on easy and bum rushing the whole thing. So yeah, but people are saying that's just, you have to give us more in this day and age. So of course they do give you more because the 20-hour but I'm like, make a good game, not a long game. And I think they did that even with the campaign. Honestly, I would have been happy even with just the campaign, but they also give you an operations mode, which that mode is more like Darktide, Vermintide missions, even though they are adding a horde mode later. These are repeatable missions you can do with your friends. It's like 30 hours per class to get them all to max, I've heard, where you level up perks and weapons. There's cosmetics. There's also trials in this mode, which is like another mini mode where you can try to learn about each little mini Marine class and try to beat these like challenge trials that get harder and earn points that way. Then there's the Eternal War PvP mode, which has 3 modes like Deathmatch, King of the Hill, Capture and Hold. I played PvP. I actually kind of like it. Like I wouldn't play tons of this, but it's fun for a couple of weekends. The PvP, because there's all these cosmetic unlocks in that. And I'm like, oh, if I keep leveling this guy, I can get this. Like they have a whole progression system built into these 2 other modes, operations mode and the PvP mode. So, the campaign mode is more just kind of like a good story shooter melee game.
I have a question. So is the campaign like a very cohesive campaign, or is it level based like an Aliens co-op game?
No, it's not like that. It's a story. Like there's a good story here. It follows Titus, and like if you're familiar with the books, like people will know kind of what happens with him, I believe. And it does follow the story from the first game, which I did not play. But it's going to be hard to go back and play the first game after this because this game looks fucking phenomenal. Even people I know that still have older graphics cards are saying like they did a decent job with like DLSS is actually working really well where they're able to run the game and it looks really good and runs really good. I know there were some issues on the console with PlayStation. It was running better on Xbox, but I'm sure they're sorting that out. But I was just so impressed, like just the look of this game and how many mobs on the screen and how it felt. Like I was impressed. Like and I don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker for like Warhammer style shit with like the Gothic churches mixed with the dichotomy of like the broken down, like destruction of everything. So it's like beauty mixed with pain in like every scene. And that's just so Warhammer right there. It's like technology versus tradition and religion versus science. And it all like kind of comes together in every scene. Like they just did such a good job capturing the feel of Warhammer, the sound, the music. Like I just fucking loved the campaign. Like I don't know. I really recommend this game. This isn't a game that you question should you play. It's a question of when you play. Put this on your list.
Now, would you? No, okay. Now, these Warhammer games, I played a couple.
Okay.
It seems like it's very hit or miss, like Eurojank wise. Is this Eurojank?
People are saying this is probably the best Warhammer game ever made, and at least it is for me, the ones I've played. They do need to fix ultra wide and add the FOV slider. They said they hear us. It's coming in a week or 2. It just couldn't be ready by launch. But outside of that, like honest criticism for me, I don't really have any. Like the people saying the campaign's too short. Like I don't need a 60-hour campaign. Like this was a perfect story for me. Like I was so happy when I played it and finished it. I thought the bosses were cool. I would have liked to see maybe more mini bosses mixed in because I love doing the bosses, but I don't want to spoil who they are because there's a story and something happens with your character. So yeah, I mean, it's just a really good fun time with your friends. But I will say, if you like Warhammer at all, kind of play alone first through the campaign once yourself, so you can let this sink in. Like this is the type of game you want to sink into your bones and drink in. Like the attention to detail that they pulled off. I'm telling you, it's just awesome. It's just fun. Like I really do like this game a lot. I really think that everybody should play this game.
Can I ask one more question though? So
sure.
The levels themselves, like it is like a Gears of War-ish where you have a linear path through like a set piece
Yeah,
launch
it's a
the
bit
next one, or is it-
linear. Yeah, you're kind of going, it's like a linear path, but the world does feel big and grand. Like, I can't explain it. Like, you look out at the view of the field and the sky, and you feel like by the time this game is over, you have been through a war. And by the way, you feel like you've been through it with your brothers, because I played alone first with the co-op partners, and then I tried a little co-op on a harder difficulty with my friends. I think that's the way to do the harder difficulties. The harder difficulties alone are probably harder to pull off. Like, there's like veteran, and then there's like super death mode. And I don't know if I'd recommend that mode alone, but
Is that what they call it in the menu?
I forget. It's like Angel of Death mode. super death mode would be my hard one to game. But yeah, you even though because I don't really like linear games really, and I don't really love single player story games. You guys know that's not like my cup of tea, and I'm not even like totally into like Gears of War and Doom or anything like that. I just think they're kind of cool. For some reason, this hit me in a way where I was like, you know what, this is just badass and fun. I just felt like they did such a good job of
Is the Gears comparison just because they're big giant football players?
I think a little bit, yeah. I mean, I can't speak to that exactly because I haven't played Gears in ages, and I never liked Gears, but I love this. So,
Gears is all about the cover system, really.
Yeah,
that was
exactly. That's exactly why I differentiated it to me in my head.
Right.
I'm saying to me, it's not Gears because there's no cover, and it's more about the countering. And some people are saying on the hard modes, it's going to feel a bit more like the Remnant Dark Souls feel of like having to actually counter and dodge, and if you want to play in a more difficult way, like that's the way I've heard it's very fun with friends, like put it on hard and have a good time. But even just to put it on normal and go through yourself through the campaign, I think it's such a great experience that like everybody should play this game. And even if you don't touch the PvP, even if you don't touch the operations, if you're ready for a 15-20 hour campaign, and
I'm interested. I wonder how it is on the Steam Deck.
So the Steam Deck support, they said it's 100% approved coming by December. So I mean, maybe you pick this up on a Christmas sale, you play the Steam
holiday
Deck.
vacation game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be impressive if they get this running right on a Steam Deck, because like I said, one of the best looking games I've seen with this many things on the screen at once. Like, it's just a beautiful badass
The game I was thinking, by the way, is Exoprimal. And that had the most I've ever seen in a game with the dinosaurs falling out of the sky and shit.
Yep.
Like thousands of them.
I feel like, this may be, who knows, it may beat it. But no, I really, really, really like this game. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be my game of the year
for that.
but it's up
You
there.
sold me on this.
Yeah. And if you're a Warhammer fan, you probably I give this game an 8. I think if you're a Warhammer fan, this could easily be a 10 for you, because I think they really did do it justice. And look, I hope the Warhammer movies and series with Henry Cavill actually happen at Amazon. I know they're up in the air right now, but that would be so awesome. And so it's just good to see like quality Warhammer stuff coming, because there's so much stuff based on Warhammer, except it's like the pussified cheesy version of it, like World of Warcraft. But like, this game doesn't pull any punches there. Like, it's dark, it's Warhammer, and everything is just awesome about it. So I hope more people try it and play it. Get together with your friends, play the campaign, and just have a good old, like an old fashioned gaming time where, because I saw a lot of people going, well, why isn't this more live service? And you got to give us more in 2024. We need more than just some campaign. It's like, why? Why can't you just make a good campaign anymore?
But it has all the online modes, so
it does. They put those in there. Yeah, it does, but I don't know. Apparently that's not enough. There's only 6.
You just described Call of Duty, really. You get like a 6-8 hour campaign, and then you play multiplayer for the rest of the year.
That's the thing. And for me, the campaign was longer. And I haven't talked to anybody personally who blew through the campaign in less than 10 hours. So the people saying it's 6, it's junk. I really do think they put it on easy. They skipped every cutscene and they blew. But don't do that. Like, explore, like, kill things, watch the cutscenes. They're really good, actually. I love the story. So yeah, like I said, this is a game where it's not a question of if you play, it's just when. Like, every gamer should try this game. Every gamer should play this game. And I hope it goes on sale and people are willing to buy it, because some people don't want to shell out $50-$60 because it was $50 on Fanatical. Some people don't want to shell out $50-$60 for a campaign game. But like I said, there is, the operations, and there is the PvP. So you do get extra stuff. Horde mode is coming. So it was just a good time. I'm so glad I played it. I also did try something that's on Game Pass, and we have had some people saying that they missed the what the fuck is on Game Pass segment. So I know, John, you and I are both bringing up Game Pass games tonight. So mine I'm bringing up is Age of Mythology Retold. It did come to Game Pass. It's redone, and a lot of people are saying they love the way they redid it graphically. I think it's okay. It's acceptable. I played this game long ago, but I don't remember much about it. And I just kind of started playing again, and it was fun. Like, it's just kind of a chill time. You get to pick gods from the different ages and like sort of combine them. I don't know if you guys have ever played this at all.
I've never heard of it, but it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, so it's just an RTS, right? You're training reinforcements. You're ordering your villagers around. They're, just go pick berries, go pull gold. The incoming, horde of the enemies. I'm saying horde, whatever. The incoming enemies are coming all around. So you're fighting them at the same time. You're building up your base. And then you're attacking them with ships. But this one, they are allowing mods. There's multiplayer. So I think this is like a good Game Pass game for me because it's probably not something that I would pick up on Steam. But because it was on Game Pass, I wanted to kind of play a little bit.
Hey,
oh, God.
bored tonight. I wonder.
Will you? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see the graphics here. Is this on the console one as well, or just PC exclusive? 'Cause I don't feel like I've seen this.
I don't know.
Oh no, I have seen this. This looks
Yeah.
like
What's the name? What's the name of the game? I'm
Age
sorry,
of
I missed it.
Mythology Retold.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This looks like Peter Molyneux-ish, but maybe that's just.
Yeah, I mean, if you've played
remind
like
me of
Warcraft
Warcraft.
2 or anything, or any of the classic RTSs, like it's just what
Is
Age
it
of
basic?
Empires.
Does it do nothing special or?
Well, I mean, it's the old game, but I think they brought it up to date with adding mods and multiplayer. I don't know if it had multiplayer back in the day, but no, I had a good time with this. It's just kind of like I said, I'm glad it's on Game Pass. I would have never purchased this, but I spent a night playing, and I'll probably spend another night playing. And you go through these missions. You can choose to side with the Greeks, Egyptians, Norse, Atlanteans, combine like different ages of time with all the different gods, and you have certain powers you can use, like you can shit down Zeus lightning on them so you get to sort of be a god while you're playing and controlling your people, and that is what I thought was pretty cool about it. So yeah, a little bit of a black and white thing, but just a typical RTS. So check out Age of Mythology Retold if you do have Game Pass. Now, something else that I don't know if either of you are interested in, but I had like a little bit of high hopes for it. And it sort of, quote, shadow dropped for me because I didn't know this was the date of it actually coming out. It's the Elder Scrolls Castles from Bethesda. Randomly came
I've
out
never heard of this.
on iOS. So what it is it is a mobile game from
Was this
Bethesda.
tied into the Apple event, by the way?
I think they kind of timed it, but I didn't see it at the Apple event, so I can't say. But it did seem like weird timing to me. So this game came out, and look, I did like Fallout Shelter, which was another mobile Bethesda game. But this to me seems like it's got a little bit of that, but then they try to lean in more on the kingdom managing thing. So you pick a leader and you get to make choices for your kingdom, and people get happy, sad, all that stuff. But I didn't love the art style going in, and I was like, all right, let me just give it a chance to see what this is about. And it just ended up being all of the worst things about mobile gaming for me. Like, it really did seem like a reskin. I don't feel any Elder Scrolls-ness in this game at all. I feel like there was a game and they slapped Elder Scrolls
What's the
on it.
cartoon style? What is
They
it?
I
just
don't
bought
like the art
or they just
style.
bought the rights.
Did they use that before? This little cartoony world?
It didn't seem like I'd heard, like, I don't know, like they were Khajiit in there and stuff, and things from like Elder Scrolls. But like, as somebody who's played all the Elder Scrolls games, like I was like, this doesn't feel like Elder Scrolls. It doesn't even look like it. There's nothing going on with it, but whatever. But then there was a certain point you hit in the game where everything you did had a pop-up telling you to buy stuff in the store. So get these gems. Are you sure you don't want to buy these gems? Are you sure you don't want to buy these packs and gamble for villagers? Are you sure you don't want to do this? Like, it was and then they literally tell you, hey, watch a video and we'll give you coins. Like, it just felt so cheesy and wrong. Like, you guys, you shouldn't do this in like a premium mobile game. Because I'm telling you, I
Do you
just
have to
came
buy
off
this, or is it free download?
No, it's free, but I just came off putting 100 hours into Swords of Convaleria, which is an actually very well done mobile game, and they don't do this sort of shit. Like, there's no like, hey, you should really watch this video and we'll give you coins, like a pop-up telling you to do it. I spent more time trying to get out of the menus than I did managing my kingdom here. So the Elder Scrolls Castles from Bethesda is actually shit. It's really, really, really shit. And I'm not a mobile gamer, but I had my iPad broken out. I was ready because it said it was, designed for iPad too. And I'm like, great, it's going to actually look good. And like I said, loved Fallout Shelter. This is bad. And, if this is what we're going to see from Microsoft's moving into mobile space, because I know they purchased Activision Blizzard, which came along with, what was it, King something that did Candy Crush. And I know they're supposed to be releasing basically mobile versions of all these properties. I heard there's another Warcraft mobile game coming, another Diablo. It's like, if you're going to start shitting out more of these mobile games, they got to be better and they got to feel more premium.
This game came out last year, and did they take it away?
No, that was early access, where they only let
it. And it was on Xbox and PC last year, I'm reading.
Xbox? I never heard of that. That's weird. I heard they tested a very small group of people, like letting people test it.
Yeah, I'm on a Reddit threads from 2023 saying that you can officially play it on Xbox and PC. There's
weird.
An official way to do it.
Huh. I don't know about that, but I'd be interested to see them.
So that was early access a year ago, and then they took it away.
I mean, I tried to get in, and there was no way to get in.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to play this for a long time. So I signed up for my early access alert on iOS, and I got an alert on my iPad that said, "Hey, you can now play Elder Scrolls Castles." That's the only way I knew today was the date. It just seemed
It's
like
just
weird.
confusing
They knew
to me
everybody would
that
have
they-
their iPhones out today.
I would think they would put this on Game Pass and Xbox and everything.
Exactly. I mean, all the good mobile games, like the really, really good ones coming from Asia and some here, are PC mobile crossover. And so, but that's not going to save this game. Like, it's a bad reskin. I was really let down with it
That's too
because I
bad.
love Elder Scrolls.
Is the
It's my
actual
favorite series.
there's no gameplay hook here? Like there's nothing
No,
about the gameplay you
not
like that
for
you
me.
do if you didn't
I
have
mean,
to pay? No.
It was so there's combat in the game, like eventually, but you don't do anything. You just watch people fight, and it's just, I don't know. You can make outfits for your people like that are working. I thought that was cool. So you can, like, if I put a guy to work in the oil shop, I can give him an oil outfit, and then he does better with the oil. You know, there's some of that RPG managing, which I thought was cool. But it's an Elder Scrolls game. Like, you have to give us more things to do and abilities and leveling up on things. It really became, and you build onto your castle, which was cute, but it was really just a tapping and then getting an ad simulator. It's not well done. It really isn't. I don't know what sort of ratings it has on iOS, but for me, it was a massive letdown because I'm thinking, give me a skin, even a reskinned Fallout Shelter with Elder Scrolls stuff, because I love Elder Scrolls. Like, I love everything about Elder Scrolls. I used to love the world, the music, the characters, the story, like even Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I've played all of the games, and then this is just shit. I can't play this at all. So yeah, it was a great gaming week though, outside of Elder Scrolls. For me,
I could play this on the Mac, by the way.
you don't want to. You really, really don't want to.
You could.
So-
Maybe you don't want.
But
Yeah,
there's better things to play.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to play it, but it's just interesting to me that it's on the Mac too.
Yeah, so great gaming week. My pick, and I'm telling everybody to eventually try Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. I am just drinking 1 true lemon, 1 true lime, and water. John?
I played some stuff. So it was the second weekend for Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. That's exciting to me.
Of course.
How did it go? Is it changing? Are you feeling different about
Yeah,
it, John?
I mean, the way they always do these betas is it starts out very basic, and then they start giving you more maps, more modes, more unlocks, and all that shit. So the second week, the level was 20 to 30. I did get to the max level on the first week, which was 20, and then they extended it to 30 this week. I got to 25. I didn't finish it. I really wanted to, but I ran out of time because I was playing the other game, Matt.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to tell
But
you.
I'm telling you,
Oh
you know what?
my
It was like
God.
the greatest weekend because I was bouncing back and forth between Astrobot and Call of Duty. Like, that is like perfection to me.
Yeah, I mean, this year is shaping
Yeah.
up to be like a great gaming year. People said it was going to suck.
Yeah.
And like me just coming off Warhammer, you guys coming off Astro, I'm like, every couple of weeks here, there's like a fucking great game to play. Because I just played
I know.
Warhammer
the
too.
hits after hits right now. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
like going into Christmas or fall.
So I'll say this: my biggest critique about Call of Duty this time around is the maps are just too small. And they even came out and said it, and they said, "Yeah, here's the 16 maps." And they go from small to medium, and they don't get any bigger. So I'm assuming they're kind of acknowledging that, but it's sucking some of the fun because if you're not in the mood for small maps, nonstop dying and killing, you get no relief.
You can't camp into your corner as much as you used to.
I do like larger maps. I like camping. This is true. I like sniping.
Yeah.
I do. And
Yeah.
and so they did at level 21 because I was wondering because in the first weekend I had no claymores, I had no mines. That's always my, explosive loadout, is to have either claymores or mines. And at level 21, they gave us something new, which is like some proximity gas bomb or gasoline bomb. And I played around with that. It's decent enough, and they did add some new mode this weekend that I didn't get to try, but I'm curious about it. And it didn't happen to me, but you can disguise yourself as the other team and then I think talk to them too.
Oh no, over your mic again?
Yeah.
So
Grab 'em from the
host,
back
you
and
can speak
whisper?
into the
No,
ear.
you
Yeah.
disguise yourself
Yeah.
as the enemy, and then you go on the enemy side pretending to be them as like a spy.
I kind of love that. I
You
like
do?
that idea.
But I
Yeah.
didn't get to try it, and I never saw it. I didn't see anyone do it, but I know it was there, and I kind of wish I would have played more just to experience that, but I didn't. So
I wish
the game.
more multiplayer had that. Like, remember Assassin's Creed? It's always my favorite multiplayer where you had to sneak and pretend you're an NPC. I wish more multiplayer games had that element.
Yeah, like an Among Us
of
type thing or
tricking
something.
people. Yeah, like a tricking people element type too.
Right. So yeah, I'm completely jazzed about October 26th, I think it is. And then I did play, besides Astrobot, a game called Star Trucker.
Yes.
Oh, tell me about this.
Not to be confused with Star Fucker, which I think Matt is with Creed, right? Aren't you really into them?
That's for lizard ladders.
Me and Creed have nothing to do with the show. Go on. That relationship has no bearing on this.
All right, so, listen, when I was a kid in 5th grade, they asked us to draw our dream job on a piece of paper.
You've been wanting to sell drugs for this long?
No. So I drew a truck driver, an 18-wheeler.
What?
Yeah, because when I was a kid, like Smokey and the Bandit.
That's your dream, to be a truck driver. Anybody can be a truck driver.
When I was in 5th grade,
You're supposed to
Michelle.
reach higher, astronaut.
No, truck driver's a skill, Michelle. You
Oh
ever tried
my
driving
God.
one of these things?
You have to
No.
understand.
It is.
In the
I thought it was
80s,
lesbian.
personality and
in
skill.
the,
Oh my goodness.
But in the 80s and I guess late 70s, there was a series of movies and series about truck driving.
Look, Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone was one of my great favorites as a kid, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
What was the arm wrestling
Smokey
one?
and the
Was that
Bandit.
That's over
Come
the
on.
top. That's Over the Top.
Yeah.
So good.
Smokey and the Bandit, BJ and the Bear.
Steven Spielberg had one with a truck, like a possessed truck. That.
Oh yeah, I remember that Overdrive, whatever it was called, Maximum Overdrive or something like that. It was like a
one word.
AC/DC.
So you're getting to live out your childhood fantasies.
But
Yeah.
combined with another genre of games, I actually like Star Citizen. These kind of space flight games.
Duel is what it's called.
Yeah, Duel. I know there's an AC/DC song in that movie. But okay, so this game is on Game Pass. Thank you, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm kind of bored tonight.
That's all they got going for them. This Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. So I installed it on my Xbox and on my PC. And this game is, you are in space. You have this truck that you are maintaining and driving.
Thanks for explaining the title.
Yep, the title. This is good.
But you have like this really cool space cab, and it looks kind of like a 80s Peterbilt or something, but it's space-ified. It's bigger. Yeah. You have this big cab in the back. You have sleeping quarters, and you have all these different like kind of stations that you're maintaining, like for oxygen and gravity and air filters and stuff. And a big part of the game is maintaining your truck, and it's kind of cool because as soon as it starts, your truck's got problems, and you have to put your spacesuit on and go on a spacewalk outside the cab and patch it up and get back inside. And you'll be doing that a lot because if you run into anything, the cabin, the truck is compromised and you have to get your spacesuit on and go outside and fix it and come back in, or you'll be driving the truck and all of a sudden your battery is low. You got to stop the truck, get out of the seat, go in the back, find a battery, put it in, and then continue on your way. Oh, now the air filter's dirty. You got to stop the truck, get out, find an air filter, take the old one out, put a new one in, and get in. And then you have to do the missions, and it's like a GTA type thing.
But
you have
why
a giant
do you have
map.
wheels in space? Do you land? And
There's
drive
no
around
wheels.
The
There's no wheels.
Okay.
There's no wheels.
All right.
there's no wheels. No
Okay.
wheels. Only boosters and rockets. Okay, Michelle.
Gotcha. All right.
But it looks like a truck that might have wheels, but instead it has little rockets. Okay.
I gotcha.
And so it is a mission-based game. You're basically picking up loads and then delivering them. And
Which
so
is what
you
Matt
have
McCarthy does every weekend.
That's right. And so you have to back up.
I'm 12.
So a big part of the game is backing up to the trailer.
Yeah, it is. I've been there.
Attaching it, like Euro Truck Simulator, which I probably should play.
Yeah,
I know that's a
everybody
big
talks about
part of that game. And so at first the controls are going to drive you insane. They just are. Okay, because first of all, you're like floating in space. You're not grounded. There's left, right, up, down, sideways, left, sideways, right. Your truck's just floating all around in all different directions. There's no up, there's no down, there's no left, there's no right.
I like that though.
So you have to get used to that, and you will. And I saw it as like a challenge. I'm like, just take your time, calm down. You can do this. And you can back into the trailer and hook it up. And when you back up, you have a little camera. You can see you have to line up the target, and then you pull a lever to latch it on, and then you deliver the goods to your target, which is some warehouse somewhere in the next galaxy. And you have like little like portals that warp you to the next area. And that's kind of it. And you might get like inspected when you go. You might get pulled over and say, hey, you got to go to the weigh station and you got to weigh your load to make sure you're complying.
Matt Bradford.
Yes. Yeah. Hi.
Games Radar. Just a couple clarifying questions. Is the space setting justified? Do you see aliens?
Yes.
Is there cool space things happening?
It's pretty straightforward, at least so far.
So how is this different if you were just like on Earth? Like
it's the space. Like it's the freedom in the space.
Is it just like when movies go to space because they have nothing left to do? Like, but is there a reason it's in space? Is what I'm saying.
Yes,
like,
you're a space trucker, Matt. So
no,
like you'll
plot. But like, what? How does the game justify being like we're a space game other than putting stars?
Because
and making
you go
rockets?
into an area and there's all these like space stations everywhere, right? And this one has a place that has jobs. You can dock in and get jobs. This place is a gas station. You could dock there, but it's the freedom of moving around in the area that you're in.
Space hookers? Are there space?
No,
lot
there's
lizards?
no space lot lizards. I haven't seen that. You do have a CB radio, and you're constantly talking to people too. Like that's a big part of the game. The radio, there's a radio in the cab that's playing really great music, honestly. I don't recognize a single song, but it sounds right. Like the music they picked, and they're running it through a filter, so it sounds kind of lo-fi, like going through the truck speakers.
It has that atmosphere that they kind of, because it looks cool graphically.
It really does, yeah. Criticisms, I can't stand the field of view, and you can't change it. Like, you're so fucking... everything's obstructed when you're in the cab. Like I do like doing these kind of games first person in the cab, not outside. I mean, in Battlefield, I usually do go outside the cabin, to get like a third person view of the helicopter. But in this, like the third person view, like isn't as good as being in the cab. But you're so obstructed with the windows and the stuff. And by the way, like if you lose gravity in your cab. Mm-hmm. Which will happen if you don't maintain it or stay on top of it. Like everything starts floating in the cab, like in front of the windows, and you can't see out. So you have to like pull over and fix it, and then everything falls down, and you have to clean up the mess it made, which is kind of funny.
Do you like sleep in your cab and then call your space kid on his birthday?
I haven't done any of that yet. I played the game for like an hour and a half, and I haven't had to sleep at all. There is energy drinks. And maybe there's some uppers I can take.
Now, what are you delivering? Did you say? Is it like...
Yeah, I delivered some canned goods. That was one of my missions. It was a trailer full of canned goods.
Okay.
I did get my precious cargo license because there is like a talent tree that allows you to carry different kinds of cargo.
Yeah, you're going to be running some illegal stuff. That's where I'm kind of
eventually you will. Yeah, I know that there's contraband. Yes, I know that's in there.
Okay.
So I maybe that's part of the talent tree. So the first license I got was the ability to carry sensitive or easily damaged goods. Mm-hmm. And so if you get that license, you will get those missions, but you can't fuck up or run into anything because you'll get dinged. And you're trying to get everything there in one piece, and then you get the money. And then you take the money, you can upgrade your truck, you can get paint jobs. There's all kinds of like truck stops and places like that. So I think the game is decent, but not perfect by any means. But I really do appreciate what they're doing here. I think the second game will be a lot better.
Good. It's a good Game Pass game, once again.
It's a great Game Pass game. It checks some boxes for me. Too. It's fun. But yeah. Yeah, it's
all
good.
Right.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Astrobot.
Yeah, and I'm drinking.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do our round table or whatever half table.
What? Well, you know what we have to do for this, John? We have to summon like 30 Astrobots to help bring us the table.
Oh, that's right.
You got to summon a bunch of 5-year-old kids because that's what this game looks like. It's 4.
Michelle, you can go on the astroplane.
Yeah,
you have to balance this out. We can't all love Astrobot if a show is going to break.
All right, let's back up. All right, we're going to set this up. Okay, so the original Astrobot came out on PSVR for PS4, and it was hands down, without a doubt, my favorite VR game to date. And besides Flight Simulator, and I think Matt, you might agree, right?
Absolutely, yeah. For sure.
That was just a magical fucking game. And it was awesome. And I loved every minute of it. And then
way ahead of its time.
Yeah. And then
totally underrated.
And then on the PS5, they did a tech demo, basically, that came with the PS5 to show off the new controller and all the little features of it. And that was very short, maybe an hour. How long was that? Like an hour or two or something? Like
Isn't there one before the VR though? Wasn't there like a small little demo? I think so, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Before the
No,
VR?
before the VR. I think there was like a little.
Get out of here.
I think so. I'd never played it, but PS4.
No.
Astrobot's Playroom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Wait. That was.
Astrobot.
You guys just
Rescue
talk about
Mission.
Astrobot.
No.
Get
This
your
is
facts
no.
right at another time.
No, we're doing the history of this game.
facts right.
This is the history section.
There's Astrobot games.
Usually
I'm
it's
looking
do the
at-
prep work before
So
the show.
Astro's Playroom came out in 2020. That's the game that was on.
No, 2013, in a PlayStation 4's augmented reality capabilities.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay, so 2018, you're right. The first full game was Astrobot Rescue Mission. But I swear to God, there was another one somewhere in the middle. Anyways, okay. I'm sorry.
But
Continue.
Astrobot Rescue Mission is a VR game.
Right, but there was also another like bite-sized demo one.
Yeah, Astro's
they
Playroom.
had.
That's the one that came with the PS5.
No, but like for PS4 is what I'm saying.
All right, whatever.
I'm not going. Is it the Mandela effect? Is that what we're doing? All right.
There was the
Oh, wait.
Playroom. It came out in 2013.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a game, isn't
So
it?
anyway, Astrobot, we have a review coming up here. I know you guys have been waiting.
It's important that we. So the
important.
Playroom,
Yeah.
the Playroom was a demo for the camera, for this PlayStation camera. Looks like
Okay, so that's technically his first game, though.
probably. I guess somehow I missed that or didn't realize it.
I never played it either, but I kind of want to now.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways.
So the meaningful games were the PSVR 1 and the PS5 demo, right? I think so. And then now this game comes out 2024. This is a full-fledged 3D platformer, not VR. Kind of, they took that tech demo that came with the PS5 and just blew it up. And and so obviously I love Mario games, especially 3D ones. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine. Some of my favorite games of all time.
People are saying this is like Galaxy.
Sunshine,
I think
Galaxy.
that's what CC said. Maybe
Well,
wrong.
really, Sunshine, because his ability with a jetpack is very much how Mario works in Sunshine with the water jetpack.
So if you're a Mario fan, you want to play Astrobot right off the bat,
Oh my
right?
God, yes.
oh my
Okay.
God, you do.
Okay.
So this game is set up with all these different worlds, and you go to all these different like galaxies. Each galaxy has like 5 or 6 planets. Each planet is very unique, very diverse. Like it's crazy. Like just name a setting, it's here. Okay, there's a snow one. There's a tropical island. There's a haunted one. There's a
casino.
There's a casino.
Are
There's
they
Japanese.
tied to PlayStation characters? Because I saw like
Yes.
Kratos.
This is a love. This is a love letter to
Okay.
PlayStation and Sony, and just video games in general. Because there's the object of the game is to collect these little robot guys, right? And you have to find there's 7 in each world. And you have to find them, and they're hidden like fucking crazy, and you have to explore like mad. And some of them are video game themed. So you'll rescue one that looks like Crash Bandicoot. You'll rescue one that looks like Nathan Drake. You'll rescue one that looks like
Last of Us people.
Yeah, the Devil's May Cry
Resident
guy.
Evil.
And it's not just Sony stuff. It's everything, including
There's
Days.
167 of these mascots, and they go pretty
Yes.
deep. Like, we're Shadow of the Colossus type stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's Parappa the Rapper. There's and some of them you're like, oh, I recognize that, but I don't remember what game that is.
So
So
also, too, once
Yeah.
you rescue them, you bring them back to your home world,
yes.
and they live there, and they have their own unique animations. And then you can buy them accessories,
Well, you can win
like,
them accessories in the little capsule toy machine.
and then they have even cooler animations.
So
And
Michelle,
know
I
Michelle's
might
going, like,
find the Kratos Astrobot guy, and I'll dump him off at my home base, and then I'll go do the capsule toy, and I'll win his axe. And now he has the axe on
But what
display.
does he do?
Nothing.
He just walks around
I'm
holding
just collecting him.
Okay. Okay. So it's a doll collector for little children, just like I said. Okay.
So I want to speak to what John is
Yeah.
saying. This is one of the strengths of it. Every single level is unique. Like no level is in Mario have kind of samey. I'm not
Yeah.
putting down Mario, but I'm saying what I love about
Put
this
him
is
down, Matt.
you just don't know what you're going to do in each of these levels. New mechanics. Like in one, you're you can go back and forth between the size of a mouse and the normal size, and
Right.
another you can slow down time. Like it's
It's unbelievable.
really-
You'll go into a world and some of these levels, most of the levels have a chest right away, and usually there's some cute creature in there that comes with you, and that creature gives you an ability.
Does it seem like the worlds could all be their own games, or some universes, or own like brand? Are they that good?
Yeah, they're all different.
Yes,
ideas.
they're that fucking good. Mm-hmm. Like, this game is polished to a level of polish that I've never seen in for a platform. Like, this is beyond Nintendo. Maybe it's close. I mean, it's like if Nintendo had a really powerful console.
Nintendo's resting on their laurels. They're too comfortable with what they've been doing. They're not innovating. It sounds like Sony's innovating.
I think it is too. I think it is too, Matt. Like, because like graphically, it is pretty awesome, and I recommend going into the HDR and turning on the bright mode. I actually really like it a lot.
And people are saying the physics in the game is actually pretty impressive, with tons of things on the screen, running around with apples. I saw crazy.
It's smooth as butter, 60 frames. I'm pretty confident all the time, and
like you said, Michelle, with the hordes, like sometimes you have 100 robots surrounding you, and nothing slows down, or 1,000 beach balls are in the air, just like little particle physics with leaves. Everything, like there's one ice cream level with sprinkles on the top, and I know that sounds dumb.
Thousands of sprinkles.
It's so fucking satisfying because the controller you're playing with moves and has all these sounds associated with everything you're doing. So you hit the sprinkles, it vibrates a little, it makes a little sprinkly sound. It's a joyful game, is what I'm saying. There's so many joyful moments.
Every minute I've spent with this game, I've been happy. Like, it just makes you happy. That's all I can say.
There's just an inner revoltingness of it to me. It's just weird how that's just a me thing. Like, I don't know, but like, I want to play this and try it, but it's like, what would I like in it, knowing me?
So, well, let me explain more of the game.
Outfits, which is interesting.
Well, that's just you get these coins, Michelle. You're collecting all these coins, and the way to spend them, one of the ways to spend them, is to use the capsule toy machine.
But it's a challenging platformer. Is that the core of the game?
It is challenging. Okay. Oh, yeah, for sure.
At times, it gets really fucking hard.
Okay.
Like, at times, not so hard. But the platforming is so good. Like, it's just so tight. Like, you always feel like you're going to land where you want to land. You know, like some games, you jump to some platform, and because of whatever reason, visually, you just miss it. Because, like, that never happens here. Like, it's just like you always get a sense of where everything is and where you're going to land. And they did such a good job with that.
Make an Animal Crossing killer. Because they should venture into more Nintendo areas, right? Because
Michelle, I want to explain the more Nintendo type stuff. So they take full advantage of the controller in a way Nintendo would, with motion controls and everything it does. Okay,
absolutely.
So and this game again is a love letter to the PlayStation 5. Your ship that you're. So what happens is all the Astrobots are in a PS5 spaceship, and they're going through space, and an alien basically steals their CPU. Okay. And so they crash, and all the parts are gone, and now you have to repair the PlayStation 5. And you're going into the levels, trying to get to the boss, and then the final level after it to get the missing piece of the PS5. So I got the RAM, I got the the GPU, whatever, and to install these parts back on the PS5, it uses the motion controls fully of the PS5 controller. And some scenes or some areas, you'll come across these flowers, and you're like, "Oh, what do I do with it?" Well, you have to blow on the controller. And these are little spinny flowers.
I don't want to do that.
Or the God of War level, you blow into the horn and you summon a gigantic worm.
It's been done.
Well, it's very Nintendo type stuff.
Spit into my fucking controller.
And when you're flying, and so his little spaceship, his little X-Wing fighter or whatever, is the PlayStation controller. And you use the motion controls to navigate at the beginning of every level. There might be little bonus things to grab, and you're flying with the tilting the controller. So they really did a good job of taking advantage of most things the PS5 controller can do. And I can say I confidently that a lot of games don't. They just ignore that those features are there. Wouldn't you agree, Matt?
Yeah, I didn't know. I forgot my controller did half of these things, and to the level that it can, because you can feel the tiny footsteps. You can almost feel the water rushing, or like little leaves being hit. Like, they really know how to use this controller, and the sounds coming out of it are no other developers using the controller like this game.
Right. It's completely immersive. Like, you feel like you're in these little worlds just by simple vibration and little sound cues coming from the controller and not from your big speakers in your entertainment center. Like, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this, but like, if you're in a 3D,
joyful.
Are there bosses to kill? Do you jump on their head?
And they're great.
Bosses are fantastic.
Bosses are awesome.
Yeah.
The bosses can be challenging, and And there's also like I love that one level with the giant robot that you have to free, Matt, and then you climb on top of him.
Big Brother.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he lifts you up to
How
the
is
higher
the combat?
levels.
It would be cool if could you take. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub.
The combat is so his ability. I kill mostly everybody with the jetpack.
Okay.
Yeah. You can laser him with your laser feet.
It'd be cool if you could bring one of the
laser feet.
companions along with you. So if you brought Kratos and then he has his axe, he fights with you. Like,
Well,
I
you
bet they're
have-
going to do a lot more with this.
Well, yeah, there's
for
there's
sure.
a level with Uncharted with Nathan Drake where Nathan gives you his gun and then you
Cool.
finish the level with his gun.
Yeah. See, I like to hear stuff like that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, and there's a God of War level like that too, where you're Kratos with your axe and you're using the same axe mechanics.
And it's interesting
Yeah.
because the Sony world is kind of not necessarily strong enough to carry that for you, John, because I know you've always not really been
Right.
a huge Sony fan, but you still like appreciate the characters and the way they did it. So it shows you don't have to be a Sony fanboy to like this game. It's
well,
just
listen, I've been saying for at least the last 3-4 years that this is Sony's Mario and they need to do this. And
Yes.
they finally did it. They did exactly what I was asking
and they
for.
did it in a way that you guys both
Yeah.
liked it because they could have flopped an Astrobot game. Like this was a bigger success than I
Yeah,
think
they
you
killed
guys even thought, probably.
I would say
it's
so.
a bit surprising. I want to ask
Yeah.
you though, John, since we both play the VR, they borrow a lot of kind of the settings.
I was trying to figure that out myself, Matt, because I know the music
Yeah.
for sure. And like some of the train, like the little worm train things with the
Yeah.
hard hats. I remember those.
The construction site and kind
Yeah.
of the haunted house. It's not the same levels at all, but they're kind of like they went back to the VR and said, you know what? Not many people play this game. We're just going to borrow some of the concepts we were trying in the VR and do it again. And
Yeah.
I noticed a lot of stuff coming through.
I did too. There was a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, I kind of remember this, but I wasn't positive. You know what I mean? Like it seems familiar. Because I
it's
mean,
not
like,
copying. They're not redo. Like it's a completely new game. They're just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I remember. I remember doing this in a level.
You feel like
back
you're in the
VR
world, or you're in the Astrobot world.
yeah. So
Yeah.
some of the criticism I have for the game is this: I often finish a level and before I want to.
Yeah,
Can't just explore it all.
I'm trying to explore everything, but the levels are branching, okay? And if you go left, there might be a secret, but if you go right and you don't know it, you'll be sucked into the ending of the level and you can't go back. Like
it's
you
fine. It's an excuse to play it again.
I know, but that
Yeah.
I'm like I'm not done. I want to keep exploring, and then I go right, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is the ending. And then it does like this big ceremony where a flag comes down and all this shit,
Yeah, that's
and you
true.
can't get out of it. You're stuck there. So if you wanted to explore to the left, you have to start the level again. And then when you start the level again in the beginning, Matt, I don't know if you did this, you could spend 200 coins to get a little helper robot that follows
Yeah, but
you
don't wanna
around
do
with a
that.
radar.
That's
No, you don't.
Shame. You don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So that's my big critique with the game is that like Mario 64, all of those levels you revisited many times and the level would be a little bit different each time, like for the different stars that you had to get.
Yeah.
With this game, a lot of the times you play the level one time and it's so great and you never have to go back ever again.
Here's a question because Old
That's
Cranky
true.
mentions Little Big Planet. I've heard a bunch of people talking about Little Big Planet.
Nah, this is way better.
Nothing like it? Okay.
Way better.
Insanely better. I mean, same kind of joyful vibe to it.
Way
but
better. Way better.
This is way better.
Listen, I've played as far as I know, I've played all the Little Big Planets, especially the last one. It's just not even close. It's just not even close.
It's interesting you said that, John. That was as your criticism because
Yeah.
my criticism too is like it's a weird criticism. It's going too fast for me. I'm like,
Yes.
I love this game so much. And
I'm not ready to end the level, and I I am at the
Yeah, it
flag.
should feel more open worldy and connected where you can run into the different levels and just explore them if you want. Like, don't kick you out.
Yeah. Well,
And then-
I think
and then
for me, it's
also-
just John.
I was going to say, and then also there's those warp levels that warp you out of the
Right.
level to that little alternate galaxy. So like you'll be in the middle of a level and you discover a secret and you're all excited, and then it sucks you to another galaxy.
Yeah.
With a whole other bunch of planets, and then when you do those and go back to your base, you have to go start that level again, even though you
Ew.
exited accidentally by hitting that warp.
Yeah, I don't
These
like
levels
that.
are 10 minutes max, right?
Yeah.
No, I get that. But one thing that we didn't mention is how many secrets there are in this game. Like this game is just
it's
full.
endless. It's fucking endless.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally
You're
endless.
like, oh shit, there's another level that suddenly appeared that I just discovered by bumping into this asteroid. Like it's just there's so many different challenge levels and 300 of these guys you got to collect. And,
Yeah.
and your home base changes.
How many do you
as
have? I
collect
have like
them.
130 or something right now.
I think, I'm like 120. Like I'm in
Okay.
that range.
So we're
But
about
I'm-
halfway through the game, and I had to have played at least 3 or 4 hours.
I played a ton. And you know what, too? Both my kids love this game. I made separate PlayStation files because they wanted to earn their own trophies. Like, they are in love with this game. I have to help my daughter a little bit because it is hard in some points, which I like. I don't want this to be like an easy game. I want this to actually challenge me. But it's great for kids. If you got kids and you love platformers, your kids will also play this. So
Yeah.
it'll be an
Yeah.
easier.
Zabum says is a
fantastic.
game of the year contender. It sounds like for these guys it is.
It's
It's up there. I mean, it won't win because it's not a AAA.
But how do you say
Wukong
that?
or
How can
anything
you
like
say it's not AAA? It's absolutely AAA.
It's
In
absolutely, but it's not. It's
they're
not going to get the
gonna vote
mainstream
for
appeal. I
Wukong.
don't
There's too
think.
many like blue hairs that are mad at the developers. I mean, this has
Well,
a good
I mean-
chance, I think, to be up there.
Yeah.
I've said it a million times on this show. I love 3D platformers, and this is one of the best I've ever played.
So it's up
I
there
would
with
love
better
this.
than Nintendo for you, John, and that comes.
Well, I mean, my favorites. I think Mario Sunshine's my favorite. Then Mario 64. Then probably
Odyssey's
Odyssey.
mine. Yeah.
Odyssey's great. I didn't like
This gives me
Galaxy,
that same feeling of Odyssey where I'm
I'm
like,
in the
there's so
minority,
much
I
to
know that.
discover. Yeah.
but
Well, they had big
it's
shoes
way
to
up
fill,
there.
even to be compared to that for you. And I think it's sort of like, right now Nintendo can't make a game like this. They don't have a system that could do this.
I'm
this
going.
level
I'm going to
of
agree with you
graphics,
because
yeah.
this game is
Yeah.
beautiful and like the water effects and the
Gorgeous. The lighting effects.
the fidelity, the
reflections on
lighting.
everything.
Like it's just like it's like wow, I want to see Mario like this. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope this sets off a trend. I hope people see this and are like, you know what? Let's make a platform. Let's get back to platformers because we don't get too many of these really well-made platforms. There's a ton on Steam. There's a
There's
ton
some
of indie
little.
platformers.
They
but
never are this good though. They're kind of
No.
like just okay. I don't hate this. This is fun.
or this big or this
Right.
much scale to them.
But like Banjo Kazooie, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Odyssey.
yeah.
There's just not a lot of those anymore, and this is definitely one of those. So,
Yep.
I did like the more openness of Banjo Kazooie, though. Like this, that's my only complaint is with this game is that the levels are small, and then you accidentally finish them, and you have to do it again. But it's still fun to do it again. And you are constantly rotating that camera, which I did a lot in VR, Matt, looking all around. Because you'll be on a ledge and you don't realize there's something below you unless you rotate the camera. So like you're constantly using the right stick to just look everywhere.
So much to discover. Do you think after the success of this game, it would be a good idea for them to just release the VR as a normal game? It could still work as a normal game.
Would
I
that
think-
still work? I guess it would.
They just need some tweaking, but that's a whole game I think people would absolutely love too if they loved Astrobot.
But the fact that this
But
doesn't
not
work
many
for the new
people.
PSVR 2 is very strange to me. That there's not are they going to add that support? Or is it impossible?
Well, the way the way the first game worked though is like you were like in a chair, like looking over the level, kind of.
Yeah, there was a lot of VR components, but they can do something with that. I don't know, but there's that. I just feel that's such a missed opportunity or ahead of its
Right.
time, and it would do so much better if it was released right now.
Like this, I don't think this game would be as good in VR because the first one was designed for VR. Like
Yeah.
where you're like looking on the floor, looking above you, looking behind you, and
Yeah, it was genius.
so. All right.
Anyway,
Anything else?
Yeah,
one of my favorite games of the year so far, for sure.
Mine too.
Did you play anything else, Matt, this week, or was it just Astro?
I did.
What else?
I guess I can just fit it in. Okay, so Star Wars. Look, I'm going to go
okay.
a full review point up from my 7 because I got off of Tashara. I went into Tatooine. I went into the ice planet, and this game just like I don't know if they released patches or maybe just the first game doesn't do well with the graphics. I don't know, but once I was in Tatooine, I'm like, this is perfect. This is how I pictured Tatooine. It looks lifelike. This is amazing. I'm in a cantina. It's full of aliens. I'm talking to them. My love for this game kind of skyrocketed, and there's still some points where I'm like, I wish this were a tiny bit better, but I'm having such a blast with this game. Every time I sit down with an objective, I'm like, I find 10 other things to do, and it leads me down so many weird rabbit holes that are so satisfying. And so you just follow a tip somewhere, and all of a sudden you're in a massive underground cave with ancient machines. You're like, how did I even get here? It's one of those type of games. And I think people are, I got off. Yeah. I don't know.
But Matt, I totally understand what you're saying, because I want to play more of it.
Ooh, I uninstalled it and I haven't thought of it again. I mean, I actually... I don't know, you because you told me, Matt, like you went through it. You wanted to, you returned it, and then you said after 4 hours it gets better. And then I went and tried to play it with my sister, and I thought she was going to love it. She said to me, "This game sucks. Like the mouth doesn't match the animations when they're speaking. This looks like a game from 1999." I was like, "Okay, just stick with it," because my co-host says it gets better and better and better after the first 4 hours. So I'm going to check.
It is really one of those. It's like, I think everyone plays games where there's some things I don't like. Diablo 4. I like. There's games that you still play even though you're like, this could be better. You're right. The cutscene animations could be a tiny bit better, but for me, it's the sum of its parts. And when I'm in those pistol fights, when I'm in the gigantic underground shipjacker yard,
she didn't like the insta-kill stealth missions at the start, and I'm like, I think they stopped. I mean, I don't know. I get the hate on this game, but I also get the people that are just saying like,
what did they fix?
Insta-kill stealth. Yeah. I was in the middle of talking. Shut up. This is our debate, John. Excuse me, I'm talking.
We're debating? Now?
It's our debate episode. Yeah, but I was going to say, I kind of get the hate on it too, but I get the love on it too, Matt. I think you've come to a place of acceptance where you said last week, you're like, once you repurchase the game, you were like, I'm okay with this. Like, I'm accepting it for the hate. I'm just going to enjoy the good of it. And it's like, you're getting rewarded for that.
And there's a lot of good. And look, a year later, they might fix it, and I hope people revisit it, but yeah, whatever. That's just me. I love it. I'm gonna probably Matt Platt this.
Is it game of the year?
Such a good time with it. Ooh, we'll see. Okay. We'll see in a couple months. All right. And that's it. That's I'm drinking Coke Zero.
All right, let's play a voicemail.
520 Feel VGO. Tiger.
Woo! PS5 Pro announcement was today. Congratulations, Sony. Man, props to them for getting Dana Carvey to come out and announce that PS5 Pro at 700 buckaroos. My God, who in the hell is going to buy this? Hey, I wonder how Concord's going to run on it. That's all I got today. Later.
We're going to get into that in our debate.
All right, I want to welcome you to our first annual PS5 presidential debate. I, of course, am your host, John Tucker Anderson. And on the stage tonight, from California, Senator Madison.
I'm actually from Connecticut. Tucker, you're bad with facts.
And for some reason, from Canada, how did this...
you can't be
from
trusted.
Canada.
I want to. This is rigged.
Well, look, we're allies with the states.
Governor Bradford, can you run in this? Okay, well,
he's a lawbreaker.
By proxy.
Don't vote him in.
It's going through the Supreme Court, but don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So tonight, of course, we will be debating the PS5 Pro and its merits. Its validity in the marketplace, its future. We will ask the question, is it necessary? Is it priced correctly? Do you need it?
Are we supposed to be cheering or something between each of these?
I don't know. I mean...
Senator Madison, we're going to start with you.
Opening arguments,
well,
right?
Well, hold up. It's a coin toss to see who gets to speak first.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm consulting my notes.
You know what? I'd like to let the Canadian invasion immigrant go first.
Okay,
go ahead,
opening statements.
Yes.
Governor Bradford.
Respectfully to my opponent, I'm not an immigrant. John, I'd first
You're
like to
in my
say
country.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're a Canadian citizen, sir.
This is my time to talk, ma'am. I'd first like to say, John, I appreciate the opportunity to visit your great country and speak to an issue that's very near and dear to my heart.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. What was your question, though? Did you have a question?
Opening statements.
Opening arguments here.
Please.
Oh, I didn't... Okay.
Senator...
in these days of inflation and increasingly out-of-price entertainment options, concerts, movies, multiple streaming channels, do we really need a console that is not a next step, but a half step? That takes away some of the freedoms.
Thank you,
of
Governor Bradford. Your time is up.
Yeah,
Senator
Madison.
The candidate here talks about inflation. Adjusted for inflation, the PS3 was $900 at launch. I think $700 is fair considering the new Xbox Series
what my
X.
opponent fails to
Excuse me, you're not supposed to talk now. You're supposed to be muted. This is not a debate. This is opening.
Okay.
So
Okay.
considering
Governor.
the new Xbox Series X coming out in November is $600, and it doesn't have new CPU, GPU, it doesn't have AI upscaling technology, it doesn't have faster RAM. So $100
Senator Madison,
more
your
to
time
get all
is
that,
up.
I don't think
Okay,
is that
so we're
bad.
going to be Senator. All right.
I think that's
Yeah.
your first warning, right?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
He talked over it. First of all, I'm an American.
Senator,
we have special
we have-
rules. Get this Canadian shithead out of here.
Senator,
Sorry.
Madam. Okay.
Senator Madam.
We're going to do a coin toss.
Toy costs.
A coin toss. We're
Yes.
using a guitar pick. If the
Okay.
turtle
Okay.
is up, Governor
Okay.
Bradford will be first.
We already
thought
did the opening. Aren't you
I
supposed
thought
to
I
ask
was
us
just
Turtle
questions?
is down. This is no. I'm now going right to questions.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Senator.
Yeah.
Senator.
You're a
Governor,
governor.
please.
Yes. Oh,
Senator.
Governor. Yes.
You have stated many
Respectfully,
times
what the hell
that
is your question?
Governor, I am asking Madam Senator the question now, please.
Oh, you're Madam Senator. Okay.
Madam
I'm the
Senator,
governor.
you've
Sure.
stated many times on this podcast that you are a PC gamer.
That's right.
Now, this topic seems unrelated to this declaration. You've told people many times on this show to go build a PC, quote unquote. How can they trust an outsider like a PC gamer to have any kind of endorsement or opinion about this console release? And, Madam, we should also say that the console will be $700.
Yes, that's right. I think they can trust me because I am an outsider. I'm not tied to the special interest groups of Sony and Microsoft like my opponent here because I'm
Oh,
not a
give
career
me a
console
break.
politician. Okay, I have no alliances here, allegiances to any of these groups. I'm an impartial third party, which is what you want. I'm fair. And what I see here with the price, like I said, is it's fair because it's only $100 more than the quote new Xbox Series X coming out that does not have CPU, GPU, RAM upgrades without the AI upscaling. And as a PC gamer, I know what tech means and what specs mean. And that DLSS is part of the reason why NVIDIA's GPUs beat AMD's GPUs. And that's going to be important as well. So we have Sony trying to take us to the future, and we have Xbox saying that 30 FPS is fine. You know, the head of Mark Kearney came out today, and he said that 30 FPS
Madam,
is
I believe
janky.
I believe it's pronounced Cerny.
I don't give
Okay.
a shit. All right, I don't care about these people.
It's
I'm a PC
disrespectful,
gamer. Fuck y'all.
Madam.
What?
Okay, your time is up. Governor Bradford,
Yes.
what is your rebuttal to her comments?
Well, look, I think we can toss around terms like DLSS and CPUs until we're blue in the face, right? But at the
Well, I'm
end
sorry,
of the day, it's
when you're
real
talking about a
people
pro,
that play
technology
games.
matters.
My turn.
Oh,
at the
I
mic.
forgot.
I
Oopsie.
think when we're talking about real people who play games, what's going to matter is
Real.
if the game. People who aren't really.
Are you
up to
insulting
terms with all
half
these
of our-
tech-
of the
tech
people of
jargon.
America here,
Like
you
my
know?
opponent, obviously,
You're
is
gonna call
in
them
the
crazy
realm of
cat
the tech
ladies
giants,
next?
the tech billionaires. She's very much in the pockets of the Elon Musk. She thinks she can just pour
This
money
guy
out
just
and
said
get all these
PC
things.
gamers
Most
aren't
people
real
aren't
people.
gonna
He
have an
does not
opportunity.
respect you, okay?
Madam.
So what my point is, sir, is wait, what am
Governor
I rebutting?
Bradford, time is up.
yeah.
I have a
Okay.
question for you. Matt,
Yeah.
your
Senator,
Governor Bradford,
Governor.
Yes.
your history, your long history with the Video Game Outsiders podcast
Yes.
for many years. This has all been well documented that you are indeed a PlayStation fanboy. However,
Okay. Well,
Governor, let me finish the
All right.
question. However,
Yeah.
in the past year, it seems
yeah.
that your position has changed quite a bit. Is it true you have an
Okay.
Xbox and Game Pass? And how can we trust your opinion about this PS5 Pro announcement?
First of all, I've been pretty forthright with saying I did receive an Xbox from Crafty.
Oh, you're
I
taking
did receive
gifts.
one.
Oh.
You are taking
No,
gifts.
for
That's
free.
against
From
the law
Big
here in
Pharma.
America.
Is it true?
That's
Did Big
right.
Pharma send that to you?
That's right.
Prior to my
Okay.
prior to my coming to this debate, prior to my involvement
That's
in any
right.
of this, I did receive an Xbox. So,
Okay.
but I think it's been well documented that I'm a quote unquote Sony pony for many years. having bought the PlayStation
That's because nobody
Move,
gave you a
bought,
free PlayStation, sir.
Ma'am, did you buy PlayStation VR? Did you buy a PlayStation Move? Did you buy a PlayStation
Matt,
Vita? How
what
many
year are we
PlayStation
talking
products have
about?
you purchased?
And did Big Pharma give you an Xbox?
I would like to see the documents of how many PlayStation peripherals she's purchased over the last 10 years. Because I think if you put our
I don't think
records
that's
together,
relevant.
I'm
You're
the
taking
Sony
free
pony.
gifts from third parties here, sir, which is why you're trying to shit on PlayStation now. You have flip-flopped. You are not trustworthy.
The assumption that Crafty is in my pocket, or I'm in Crafty's pocket, is
All
absurd.
right.
And we've addressed
Yep.
this, and I'm not going to give it any
Okay.
further merit by talking
Let the
about it
people
on this
decide.
debate.
And I believe everyone should decide, not just half the real people, as my opponent here says. And I'm about bringing people together, okay? And he's dividing us. He's putting us into categories.
Bringing people together with
That's
tech
right.
jargon and terms
Tech
that
jargon.
only
I think they're
the
intelligent
elites
enough
would
to understand that. I'm not going to insult their intelligence and say, hey, vote for me because I got a free Xbox and now I want to shit on Sony. This man's a flip-flopper. He stands for nothing. Whoever
Thank you.
agrees with the last person
Thank
he
you.
spoke
Governor
to.
Madison,
the
thank you.
senator is taking
Yes.
Governor Madison,
making
I have a
something out of
question
nothing.
for you. Please, Governor Madison, I have a question for you. Considering the graphic card climate with NVIDIA and PC gaming, you can easily spend $1,200 to $2,000 on a graphic card these days. How does that compare to the PS5 Pro and
Well,
the
I think
value?
the PS5 Pro is the promise here. Is they're saying that, look, we don't want you to have to play games at 30 FPS. So if you want to play at 60, if that is important to you, we're giving you this option for only $100 more than the new Xbox that's coming out. We're giving you these technologies. They're trying to take us to the future. Console gaming is actually holding PC gaming back, and they are taking us. They're taking console users to the future. Because look, a lot of console users don't want a PC. We always hear this. We say, "I wish I could play a more powerful thing in my living room." Well, now you can, and it's an option for you. Why take that option away from people? The people mad about the price are just misinformed. I blame the media. I blame people like
Governor
Governor
Madison,
Bradford
follow-up
here.
question. Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Why does she get a follow-up
Is this
question?
new price a precedent that we're setting? Is $700 the new $400?
I think that the precedent was already set by Microsoft when they're selling an old Xbox for $600 in November. This is a new PS5 Pro with actually 3 updated hardware components and new AI technology for only $100 more. Yes,
I think
$180
we're
more
missing
if you
a
want to
key.
count the
I think
disk
we're
drive
missing
and
a
the stand.
key element to this whole debate.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do some math?
Just fact
for you?
check.
It's not
Fact
your
check.
job.
Quick fact check here. GameStop Series X $479.
No,
Continue.
the new Xbox that's coming out, that's just the same.
$499.
No, the new Xbox coming out with the same 2 terabyte storage
I'm
is actually
fact-checking.
$600
I am the fact
in
checker.
November.
I am the
No.
fact checker.
So you're the fact checker. You're wrong, dickwad.
As
it's
of today-
$600 in
Hey,
November with the new one
I-
that's being released. That's 2
you
terabytes
know
that would
that I
match up
am-
with the Pro.
I don't know what
the
60 seconds is,
competition,
but it's definitely
60
gone long
is
over
$600.
60
It's only
seconds.
$100
Matt,
more for new CPU,
Governor
new
Bradford,
GPU,
your
faster
response.
RAM, AI
Your
technology.
response. Governor Bradford,
Live in
your
the past
response.
and go
For
with this
you.
guy who's
I will
a
do
paid
some-
shill for Xbox.
Governor, and
do
by the
some
way,
math.
fact check, just a quick fact check. The price of the PS5 Pro at $700 does not include an optical drive or a
So what?
stand.
I said or call
all
it
things
I
that
said
you
or
get
call
with
it
a Series
780.
X.
Or call
Governor,
it 780 if you want.
Governor,
Physical
Governor,
media is dead.
Governor,
Go churn
Governor,
your fucking butter,
Governor.
dude. Physical media is dead. Go churn
Governor
butter.
Bradford, quick
and
fact check.
180
Quick.
is still. If I can go from
Quick.
30, no, quick. If I can go from 30 frames per second to 60, an extra $180 is
Quick,
worth it.
all right, quick
You
fact
stupid
check.
Losers.
Two things.
Wait, Governor,
You're all a bunch of
Governor, and
losers.
Senator, please.
No.
Quick fact check.
Yes.
The PS5 Pro promises backwards compatibility. Without
Can we
an
get to our
optical
closing
drive,
statements
without
or
an
ask this guy
optical,
some
without an
questions?
optical drive, please explain how we acquire said games.
I don't work for Sony. I work for the American people, and what I'm
First of
hearing from
all,
them
I
is they
can
want a
answer this,
powerful
having
system in their living room, and Sony's
Governor
giving it to
Bradford,
you.
please respond to the lack of optical drive and how you take advantage of backwards compatibility.
Well, this actually goes to the point I
he
was trying to
scams
get
the
across
system.
earlier, is that this is going to be at least a $900 console in Canada. Plus,
Oh,
if
this
you
is
want to play
America,
your physical
dude.
media, you've got to pay another $200 for another drive and
80.
a stand because
80
your
for a drive.
PlayStation needs a
Fact check.
stand in order to not
Fact
heat
check.
itself up and
There
die.
is an exchange, Governor, Senator. There is an exchange rate.
Right, but you let an
This could be
outsider in, they bring their
$1,200
outside
at the end of the
politics
day.
here. I don't care about what happens in Canada. You guys are doing some weird shit up there with beavers. This is the United
$1,200
States
for
of
what,
America.
Michelle? A few more
$80 to add a
frames?
disk drive if you're held back and you love physical media. Guess what? As a PC gamer, I'm telling you guys, I've
few
seen the
more
future.
frames, no
Physical
disc,
media is
no
fucking
stand.
dead. There are no disk drives in PCs.
Playing
Get
games
used
that
to
are
it,
only going to be
bitches.
optimized for the
Get used
PlayStation
to
5
it, bitches.
base anyways.
Physical's dead. It's dead. You want to buy one? $80 for your drive. You can add it on if you want. And guess
Can
what?
we talk about
$180
Sony's
is
track
still
record
better.
with pros? Because I don't remember people buying a pro.
Senator.
Yeah.
I want to bring up backwards compatibility. No, you're governor. I want to bring up the backwards compatibility again because this will really, for the most part, require
that is or
an
is not
optical.
happening yet. So I don't like to speculate. I like to work on facts, which is why I can
The
tell you from the
PS5
technical
promise is a
specs,
promise,
this is actually
Senator, or don't you believe that?
They have not promised. It hasn't been stated yet. It's all speculation. You're trying to suck me into your rumors
What
and your
is
dark
speculation?
deceit. The fact that there's backwards compatibility and how they're going to handle it. I like to work off the facts, and I'm telling you that statistically, there is a price per frame cost. If you look, you can't buy a Lamborghini for the price of your Yugo.
Sony
Go back
says,
to Canada.
please, Sony says, improved performance of over 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games. So, if you don't have an optical drive, do you have to buy these games again, or can you get them on the secondary market and then therefore have to purchase
Ask
optical
Sony,
drive?
not me. We don't have that
Can I also
information
make
yet,
a point
sir.
that Sony
Yes.
has made promises when PS5 was launched that we'd be hitting 60. There was no such thing as performance and quality mode. That came about when Sony realized it couldn't keep its promise of good graphics. So how are we supposed to believe the PlayStation
They didn't know
Pro's
the
gonna fix
developers
that
were
when
all
Sony
DEI
does is
hires
sell
with
us
blue
pies?
hair, which is another problem in this country. But let's not get into that. Let's get into our closing arguments. Oh, sorry, that's your job, John.
I'm sorry, was I ending this?
I thought we were done. We got to do news.
I've got Ohio. I got
Closing
to
arguments.
Okay.
Ohio. I got to get on
All
a
right.
plane.
Let
soon.
him go first.
Okay, I would like to thank everyone for participating in the first presidential Sony PS5 Pro election debate.
Yes, closing statements.
I would like each of you to take 30 seconds and present your closing statements. Going first, Governor Bradford from Canada.
Well, listen, $1,200 Canadian for something that
Canadian.
does only a mere
Yeah, it's $3,000 in
an ounce better than a
Zimbabwe coin.
PlayStation 5 is a terrible market decision, especially since developers aren't going to make use of it considering the install base is going to be very low. I would just wait a couple years until the PlayStation 6 comes out because this isn't going to be supported past 6 months. Thank you.
Developers don't have to
I don't
take
need the
advantage of
rest of 30.
stronger technology. That's not how it works.
Senator.
It's like having a 3080 versus a 4090. You're going to get better performance on the 4090 versus the 3080. Just
no
so
one's
you
going
know.
to use that potential.
You don't have to
They're
use it,
they're
and they
gonna
will
develop
use
for the
it.
PlayStation.
All right, my closing statement is this. GTA 6 bundle. Times are hard out there. Do you want to rob a gas station at 30 frames per second? No. Get the PlayStation Pro if you want more performance in your living room. Make America 60 frames again. That is a bare minimum here. You should not be playing at 30. There is better out there. I believe in you. You sitting on the couch right now with the controller in your hand, why are you limiting yourself to that? To that old can of cold beans and 30 frames per second with the developers that are making Avowed and Starfield and all these shitty Xbox games telling you that 30 frames is enough? No. Listen to Mark Cerny. He's telling you it's janky and to get the PS5 Pro. $700 is a fucking steal, people. Or just build
When
a
a company
PC.
shits on its
Thank
own
you.
product,
That's right.
I would
You
like to
can't trust
thank everyone for joining us on our 2024 presidential PS5 Pro debates. I, of course, am your host,
I can't believe we let
John-
a Canadian in here.
Tucker Anderson.
Who called security? What? Why are the people
Security-
in
Good
Get
night,
rid of this outside.
America.
What's going on?
60
Good
frames
night,
again.
America.
All right. So, silly debate
right.
aside, we're having fun with it.
All right, that was fun. That was
it was
fun.
fun.
I liked it.
That was
okay.
By the way, we're not. We were taking sides.
All right, so I would like
Yeah,
to say
now let's
my
really
opinion
talk
about
about
all of
it.
this.
Yeah,
okay.
what's your opinion, John?
I foresee that John will buy this when GTA 6 comes out and
There you
not
go.
before.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe a lot
And
of
not
people.
I foresee.
And not
Do
before.
you think they're going to save GTA 6 for the Pro or use it to sell pros? Like the
Yes.
best experiences on
Yeah,
a Pro?
there's rumors that there's going to be a GTA 6 bundle. It makes complete sense to me, especially since it's not coming out on
damn it.
PC, for at least a
Yeah.
year or
Yeah.
two, possibly after release on console. And listen, Phil, this is a wake up call, buddy. Okay, and if I was Microsoft, I would skip Series X Pro or 0.5 and really just eat Sony's lunch and do something
Yeah.
even better.
The
Come
handheld
up the
dockable.
do the no, that's not going to be next gen powerful though. So if I was Phil, I would go to Taiwan or wherever the fuck Jensen is, and fucking suck his dick and say, "Listen, bro,
Ooh, don't do that." No, but
Jesus.
I was bringing up an honest point because
We
I
got
want
the fire
to ask you guys honestly:
Yeah.
is it whether it's 700 or 780 with the disk drive? And let's just work off American prices for fairness sake.
Yeah.
Comparing the 2 terabyte size of them, the new Xbox Series X coming out is 600, and it doesn't have an upgraded CPU, GPU, RAM, speed, whatever. It doesn't have the AI upscaling tech, which is very important.
No.
What would an appropriate price be for the Pro then? If Xbox is charging 600, 650? No,
I'm going to say, and I don't like this precedent though with this price point for a 0.5 console. I just don't.
But
right?
isn't this what console people have been saying they want? That they as an option, they want to. I hear it all the time. Like, I'd love
Make
to be
it
a PC
modular.
gamer, but
Make
I
it
can't
so
afford it, and I don't know how to
pull something out
control
and
it.
put something in and get something
Modular.
better. Like,
Yeah, I don't think you
like just
so
I
sell
don't
one base PS5 with a Pro
but
GPU.
Why
swap
even
in or
call
something.
it the PS5 Pro? Just call
But
it the
why isn't it
PS6
a Pro?
if it's so
more
great.
powerful. They have upgraded everything. The CPU is new.
I understand,
faster.
Michelle, but it's
So
a
call
weird.
it PlayStation
More
6. It's a
GPU
good
cores,
point.
a faster
Like, why not?
GPU
Okay,
RAM,
I have to
50%
say-
faster rendering, and new AI upscale. What? This is an upgrade all around
Okay,
across the board
but
in
it's
every
a
way,
weird,
hardware and
it's
software.
a weird
so what's wrong with
precedent
it?
though, because this has never happened. Okay, where I buy a system, I buy into the PS5 ecosystem.
It has
and
happened.
Then,
They do pros all the time.
all the time. They've done it in the last 2 generations.
No,
so
there was a Slim before, which was the new
that's
updated
not
version.
a Pro. That's a cheaper,
It was faster
slimmer
at the
version.
time. One of the Slims was faster at the
What,
time.
the hard drive was?
It had a faster CPU or something.
Barely. I don't know. That was cheaper. The Slims were cheaper than the
I'm
original
asking you an
ones.
appropriate price when Xbox is charging $600 for all old hardware and no new tech with the AI upscaling.
You have to
They're
buy
charging
the disk
$600.
drive and stand.
So then the
same
stand for
price
it's 99
then.
cents on Amazon. Let's say it's with the disk drives, it's an extra $180. What is the price point when Xbox is charging $600?
Michelle,
They set the standard here.
Just so you understand, I'm with you on this because I even said this on the John Show. I want a more expensive Switch because I want it to
Right.
be better. And I said
Give
that
it as an
I go,
option for the people who want it. People are sick
I
of
will
30
spend
and yet Xbox
I will
saying
spend
it's fine.
$600-700 on a premium Switch that is fucking oh my god badass, right?
Right.
And let me do it, okay? But I
Yeah.
don't like this mid-generation upgrade. It's just we're getting
But
accustomed to this, and it's
We
a
don't
little
know when
weird.
they plan the PS6 though.
But you're
We don't know if it's a
delaying the next
mid-generation.
gen. Why
but
are
we
you
don't know if it's going to
delaying
follow
the
the
next
same
gen?
cadence. Xbox may do a next gen, and they may just stick with this. We don't know how they're going to
I
handle
want
it yet.
Phil. If I was Phil, I would say we're not doing a 0.5. We're going to the next gen. Fuck you, fuckers. Here it is.
Like leap
But the
over
way
Sony. Being like,
technology
Yes.
okay,
is,
you're going
is
0.5.
but you know how fast
And
technology is
Microsoft
moving
has
right now,
time
John. That's
to
why
do
you're
this.
seeing the mid upgrades because technology is
Yeah.
moving so fast now, faster than it did before, that they had to come in and do a little refresh. And instead of refreshing it all, Xbox just upped the price and added more storage. So, like, I have an issue with that. Like, so you're telling me that what Xbox
I don't disagree.
that's they set the
But
price
the-
there.
but
Sony
you could
coming
still
in
buy
with an
the
upgraded machine
current
has
Series
to put
X.
it more. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They're setting the market for here's what one with this terabyte is worth to us. And then Sony comes in and says, okay, we have that storage. Plus we have new CPU, GPU, AI. Like, so we're going to charge 100 or 180 more if you include the disk drive. I think people are upset with the fact that they actually want this and can't buy it. Nobody cared about the Xbox being $600 because nobody wanted it. People actually want this. They kind of want to play GTA on this, but they don't like the fact that it's, well, what should it have cost though?
But
50
GTA
more?
is so far on the horizon that you can't really equate this with that just yet.
And by the time it comes out, they bundle it at the same price it is
And
now.
by the time
people
it
buy
comes out, Microsoft might have the next gen.
I mean,
Don't rule
this
that.
is a crazy
don't,
time.
Don't rule that out. Okay, you don't know what Phil's doing over there.
I don't know. I get it that
GTA
like
6
not
is supposed to
every
be 2026.
yeah.
And I think
they're-
That's a
gonna be
rumor.
when new consoles are
Rockstar
gonna be.
employees supposedly said that's not true. It's still 2025.
okay. Not everybody wants to be a PC gamer. So if I was a console user only and somebody presented me right now with what console I would buy, this is the one I would buy because I would want to make sure I never had to play a game at 30 FPS. Like,
Okay,
so it
to
does
be
appeal
devil's
some
advocate
people.
with that statement, though, you're basically buying this device to play current gen games at higher frames that are old. There's no new games
You're playing
to go
every
with.
game though. It
But
doesn't
there's no
necessarily-
there's no new games to go with this. There's no game attached to this.
Wukong.
There's no game
that runs
attached to
better.
this
There's
except
GTA
for
that runs
existing
better.
except
it's just
for
like
existing
a graphics card,
games.
John. Every single game
I
is
get
going
it.
to run better. That's why I
They
bought
should
my
have showed
4090 over a
something though.
3080. They
We
showed
should have
stuff, but it was stupid.
They showed Last of Us and Spider-Man. They should have showed us something that is new on the horizon And, okay,
That's
I
going to take
moved.
advantage of the Pro. This is why you need a Pro.
Matt, I'm
This is
pretty
next gen.
certain you've moved on from Last of Us. You've moved on from Spider-Man. You're not going to
There are
buy
new
this.
gamers
and-
every day, but
I
here's the thing: this
understand that,
probably
but
pushes more people into the PC market because a lot of people are going, "Well, if I'm
Yeah.
going to spend $700-800, I'll probably just build a PC for twice as much." But a lot of people don't
But
want
what
to do
game?
that.
That's a good point, though. Like, what games is this really going to be a sit? Like,
There's no games
What are we-
attached to this right now. All they're promising is that the PS5 games that run in performance mode at 30 are now going to run potentially at 60 with the 45%
They're trying to
GPU.
would be
combine
cool.
Potentially.
performance and quality, right? Which
Right.
was the
Cyberpunk
original
would be great
promise
on
that
this,
they
maybe.
both made.
Well, they said it was like a 45% GPU bump or something.
Rendering
So if
upgrade combo
if
was
a game-
about 45% more,
okay, and then the AI upscaling. I mean,
which
that,
is important. People are laughing at
well,
that,
but the
it's
games
actually important.
the games need to have that implemented and built in. I'm assuming that Sony just
Well,
can't
it
have a
depends
switch
if
in
they
the.
have FSR and they might just use
Well,
that
that's
as their own
how PC
proprietary.
is. Every game has the
Yes.
DLSS options. It's
Yep.
in the game. It's not an OS level thing. It's not a device level. It's a game level thing, right? So I guess games could put updates in there to take advantage of that. But
I don't know. I think that there's people have been saying like there's a hole in the market. We've been saying this, John, that like people that make a new Steam box for the living room, Sony may be the only ones doing this. Like there is a market for a very powerful console in the living room that's not a PC. Some people don't want to mess with it. So I think having a $700-800 console for your living room is fine. It's a good option for people. Let people game with better graphics at 60 FPS if they want. And what are you expecting it to
I'm
cost?
never against giving people options. Sure.
Yeah, I get why
well,
somebody
this is
doesn't
an
want-
option. This
Yeah.
is an option. This is an option over the PS5 that's not going away. So
I'm not going
Right.
to buy it. Like, personally, it's just that doesn't
I
make
think
sense
that
to me.
listen, when GTA 6 comes out, if Microsoft has not announced something,
Right.
I will probably definitely buy this because I want to play GTA 6 the best way possible, and this is going to be it.
And I think a lot of people are going to be there when
I
it's
don't
about GTA 6.
foresee any other game, and they should have really showed us something else.
Mm-hmm.
They really should have showed us something though that is coming out this Christmas or whatever with the system. You know, like give me a reason to buy it in November.
The reason to buy it is the better performance. It's
Yeah.
not because it comes in an
The games
exclusive
you
game.
own-
The same reason
the-
I bought a 4090
No,
over
the
already having a
games that-
3080 wasn't a game. It was the fact that I wanted better performance in all games.
I get it, but what they're saying is the games you own already that you've already moved on from will run better.
That you're not going to play.
There's
Yeah,
new
that I'm
games
not gonna
coming out all the
revisit.
time. Like just like
Okay,
Wukong
but there's
just came
no
out.
guarantee they're
Space
going to
Marine
take
just came
advantage of
out.
any of this.
They're going to take advantage of a better GPU automatically. Of a faster RAM speed automatically.
I think
faster
a lot
load
of these
speed
options are
automatically,
game level.
faster
The
CPU
games have to
automatically.
the games have to tap into all that though.
Maybe for their proprietary PSSR, but not for just being performing better. I think I
Right.
don't know. I don't know how it's going to work on the consoles, but I feel like
I don't either. So
It's something to follow.
Senator,
here.
Governor,
That's right. I think it was a fair and even.
I think
deal.
that we have
no Canadians next time.
discussed
Please.
it all. We've covered everything we could,
Let's put it back. Yeah, the debate's over. Nothing
and I
else
think
to
now
discuss.
it is time to move on to the news.
Yeah. What are the
All right,
news was
Michelle,
there?
what's going on out there?
Apparently, Ubisoft shares have plunged again after investors urged the company to go private. So, recent releases including Star
Private?
Wars Outlaws and X Defiant have reportedly missed expectations, and yeah, investors are now desperate and urge the company to go private. And the
Private?
shares dipped again. I mean, Ubisoft is dead, and I've been saying like it's not going great for a while. People are like, yeah, it is. Look at the. It's like no, like they could.
We've
be,
been saying for years.
I know, but like I think Phil might need to come along and buy them or something because it's not looking good.
Oh, Microsoft buys Ubisoft? Holy crap.
I think it might happen. I don't know if that's gonna, but they fallen by more than 50% over the last 12 months, 10-year low, and
Well, they're compromised in every way.
yeah,
That
just
that-
like this Governor Bradford here. Jesus Christ. No, this is funny. We
I
should
do
talk
not
about
appreciate these little Snyder marks from my opponent.
this. No, this kind of trended along today with the whole like narrative of the expensive PS Pro because apparently, let's see, ex Sony Computer Entertainment Europe president Chris Deering does not believe recent layoffs across the games industry are like permanent, and he told people just go to the beach, hang out at the beach for a year, and it's not because we're greedy. It's just Did you see this article? He said maybe go drive an Uber. Some people just didn't like the way he phrased this, and
It's pretty glib. Like, I think it's a shitty time to be in the game industry right now. Just like Hollywood and pretty much every industry entertainment.
It's just
industry.
when the people who work in the entertainment or even gaming industry start complaining, you get people who actually do like hard manual labor jobs. Like, yeah, fuck off. It just never comes off as good to me either on either side too.
It's hard
like,
to, yeah, it's hard
Right.
to
it's
be
like both sides.
like,
You just
oh,
end up
poor
sounding
baby.
stupid.
Right.
Like you're
My
it's like-
office has a oatmeal bar and a soda.
Right. Yeah,
They took out the
To-
pool table in the staff
That's the
room.
guy who is driving
Right.
a truck 15 hours a day and his ass has
Like
fucking
that's literally
a rash on
the-
it.
Where,
Yeah.
where they work, you know, where
Yeah.
there's like some catered sandwich buffet every day, and
Yeah.
And free massages
and these
in
guys
the
are on a roof, fucking
Yeah, so
carrying
I don't have a stance
shingles
on
up
this
a ladder.
Either way, but people were just saying these rich, out of touch, and it's just, it was funny. This article was kind of comboed with the price of the PlayStation Pro today, and it kind of like
Right.
they both sort of hit together.
So I want to talk about this just because this was a question I had, and maybe other people had this question, because the last couple of years we were able to play the Call of Duty campaign early if we pre-ordered like the deluxe edition and all that, and they're not doing that. So probably because of Game Pass. So thanks, Phil, you fucker.
Oh, Phil didn't do it again.
I actually really like that
dropped
because
it
I had a
again.
full week to finish the campaign and then just do multiplayer the rest of the year. And it actually made me finish the campaign before the multiplayer because that's all you
Yeah,
could
I
play that
remember.
first week. So I'm actually bummed that they're not doing that because I liked it quite a bit. So whatever.
Sorry, bro.
yep, you get
All right, Michelle.
Microsoft did.
By the way, I want to ask a question about the appearance of the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, we didn't even kind of
enough.
break down like
They
the
didn't
specs
do
and all
enough.
that.
They didn't do enough.
Yeah, you can mistake it for a PS5.
They put racing stripes on it. That's about it.
It's faster now. It's like a kid's logic. It's faster. Plus, that stand you got to buy for 99 cents.
I mean,
Which
the
I would
standing is
have to
weird.
buy. I mean, I have the stand in my entertainment center. Mine's vertical. Is yours, Matt?
Oh, you shouldn't do vertical. No, horizontal is
Yeah,
the
so you don't need
healthiest
the
way to.
stand.
I don't have space for horizontal on mine.
Horizontal, you still need the stand because for some reason it's warped design. Like
Yeah,
it's
I hate the design
unbalanced.
of
You
this
need
thing.
the stand to like.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It looks like
It's
some
just ugly.
architect, like wet dream.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
It's like
going to
that
design
view in
the
Chicago,
best
that
building
glass thing.
ever. It's going to change the skyline of Toronto. And then it's
Yeah.
the PS5 Pro.
I've got a.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a great, fantastic news item.
Okay.
What's that?
Astrobot will receive free DLC later this year that
Oh, I
focuses
saw
on
that.
speed runs.
Yeah.
More VIP bot cameos will also be added for the players to rescue. I think they're gonna super support this game for a while because they did update even the PlayStation 5 demo prior to the launch of this game. So I think
Oh, they did?
holding on to this game, yeah, they
Did they
added
add
more
to it?
bots and yeah, they added more bots and like secret messages about the upcoming game and everything. So
Wait, so is there a reason to go back and play that original demo?
I mean, not a ton, but there are extra bots that they hid, and you can unlock a special room that was counting down the launch.
Huh.
So if you wanted to, yeah, they did something neat with that.
Yeah, I think
But anyway,
that-
free DLC, I'm down.
Me
I need a
too.
speedrun mode.
Yeah, speaking
Are
of
you going
DLC,
to try
Remnant
to
2
Matt,
is
are you
getting
going
a
to
DLC.
plat that game?
I'm gonna map plat the shit out of this game, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even
I
gonna look
feel
at the trophies.
motivated to do the same.
Yeah, I love the speedrun mode on the demo on the PS5. So I am so
I don't remember
ready
that.
for a speedrun mode. Yeah, it was just like 5 different like bespoke levels they made for it, but it was a lot of fun. So I will challenge anyone in the VGO community.
Michelle-
to kick your ass.
I'm trying to understand this. Wendy's has released a saucy nug necklace.
Ooh, I don't like the name.
Are
of
you
that.
aware of this?
Is that that
Isn't that a
joke
sex move?
with like the thing
What?
that swings around the neck?
No,
sex move.
look at this. This
Saucy
is a
nug. That's a
no.
saucy
This is a
jug. That's
this
a
is a
different-
Gave her a
necklace.
saucy nug necklace last night.
Okay, so this is a necklace you put around your neck. It's for gamers,
No, it's not.
and it's like
not
it's
real.
yes. No, it's real. Look, and it
Look,
rotates.
I
and
just
you,
saw Kamala Harris licking Donald Trump's neck in an AI photo. Nothing's
are
real
you going to
anymore.
buy the saucy nug necklace,
I'm not. I've never had chicken nugget in my life. I've only had the Chick-fil-A.
Michelle?
You have to
I
have a
grilled
believe
nuggets.
You
I
can't
believe this
buy
to
it.
be
So-
real. By the way,
Yeah. The necklace? I don't think so.
No, look at you can buy it for $40 right now.
These look like nipples for a baby. What is
No,
this?
this is absolutely
but nobody's
real.
swinging that around
It's
and biting
fucking
it.
real. Okay.
No.
Just so you guys
This
know
looks amazing.
it's real.
No,
okay.
it's not.
It is
It's
real. I'm on the
idiocracy is
I'm buying it.
happening.
I'm buying it right now. I'm going to check it out.
I
Buying
need this.
it.
I
Wait
need
a
this in my
minute.
life.
Do you remember
I
that
just sent
year
you a
John
link.
got the KFC
I sent you a
log?
fucking
Now he's
link.
buying this?
Pre-order.
It's
I'm
real.
pre-ordering this.
It's fucking real. You can buy it right there. It's $40.
They can take your money and send it somewhere. You aren't getting that.
It's
Why is
fucking
that piece
real.
of plastic $40?
It's not a piece of
Why is the
plastic.
PlayStation 5 Pro $1,000?
Because
Michelle?
other things
All
are
right,
$600 that weren't updated.
Let's break down what this saucy nug necklace
no, let's
is.
not.
So
this guy's
it's a,
sucking on a pointed nipple. Which
so
if your
it's a
nipples are that
turnstile.
pointy, I don't
It's
know.
a turnstile on a necklace. You put it around your neck, and the turnstile has like 8 little prongs or legs, and you skewer a nugget on each one, and then you rotate it as you're
But how
gaming.
long does it take you guys to eat nuggets? Like I've seen dudes eat nuggets. They pop them in their mouth like candy. What are you savoring each
This
one
seems like
for
a lot
45
of prep
minutes?
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of prep work.
How do you eat
for,
the
like,
French
something you
fries?
eat.
They show it with the fries. How are you eating the fries? You're going to go doggy and face down into them?
Now, for people who like to smoke, you could put like a little joint at the end of these and just kind of like rotate it.
I've seen
Sample?
people made 3D printed like controller joint holders or something. Are you going to do that? But honestly,
No.
this is real.
I'm not.
Frankie says his invoice says 80. See, it's a ripoff.
Because I have 2 in my cart.
No, he said.
I paste.
What
Is
is
it
a
shipping?
GoFundMe? Oh, no.
What? I think he's
It's a
making a joke. Like,
GoFundMe.
this, like
Yeah.
I made this up to like.
Yeah, this isn't real. This
No,
is
it
one
is
but
real.
John's taking our cash.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Is this John in the video saying, buy
Yeah.
my saucy nugget?
Why are you so
necklace?
for this? I say this. I think this is stupid, and I would never pay money for this. And you're like, "Hey, everybody, this is cool. I'm going to buy one. You should too." Like, what's going on? Matt's taking free Xbox money. You're taking free Wendy's money.
I think
Where's
it's
my
because I
sponsorships,
like
Jensen.
I think I like fun, stupid things to talk about on the podcast, and
So
this
you're
is
going to
one of
buy
them.
it and do it? Are we going to see you eating a
Make a
nugget?
video? Yeah. That's dedication to the show.
Oh my god! It can't be real if it is. Humanity is in
There's
trouble.
many
old school says.
applications to this.
It's real. It's totally real, though. I really
You
think
guys
it
are big
is.
defenders of this. I can't believe it.
I think it's real though, Michelle. Like you can order it. Like there is a checkout.
Unnecessary
I kinda-
inventions. Check out the making of the Wendy's saucy nugs. So they're making how many of these? Pre-order now. It's not going to happen.
It's real. It's a real checkout. Look at it.
Yeah, it's a real checkout. Mhm.
This is a made-to-order promotional item. All sales are final. Is someone 3D printing? Is this CC
Yeah.
Games?
Made to order. See? So
It's the CC's new venture.
Okay, honestly, who's doing this? This is
what is-
this is from
Made to
IGN, by the way.
order?
this is IGN.
this
It's
is
not April
subscribe
Fools.
the IGN store. Don't support IGN with this stupid shit. No wonder why they were promoting it. I saw IGN who gives fucking Wukong a 6 and like fucking Space Marine a 7. I don't know. That was another place. I don't know. IGN's a shit show. Don't fucking pay them for this. So they're paying some kid to make this in another country.
To 3D
20
print
cents.
it in a closet.
And they're charging $50 for the Nug necklace. I saw an IGN article about this and I was like, why are they pushing this? Well, it's literally theirs. That makes so much sense now. I thought it was
So they
Wendy's.
partnered with Wendy's.
Pre-orders close in 5 days, guys. You know what else you could buy? $50 that could buy you part of the PlayStation Pro. Shots fired.
So you can revisit a game from 4 years ago that you forgot about at 60
No, the same
frames.
reason I upgraded to a 4090 and John kept his 3080 is because I actually like technology. If I was a console gamer, I would have this.
Oh God,
Okay?
that's why.
That's why, yeah. If I was a console gamer, I'd have it. 'Cause some of us like the best performance we can get. And some of us are happy with 30 frames per second. Like
On
the
a
Avowed
3080,
developers.
I'm not getting 30 frames per second.
Yeah, you are in some games.
No, I'm
Turn
not.
off your DLSS. You are in the fucking Xbox games. Like literally the Avowed developers go, you don't need no stinking 60 in a first person game. It's like, come on. I like that I'm never going to shit on new technology, whether it's for the console or it's for the PC.
You're preaching to the
Yeah.
fucking choir here, by the way.
Well, we're in the minority, John, because there's crybabies all over the place on the internet today. And these grown men are having breakdowns. Well, don't buy it if you're happy with yours. Like that's an option for you, you know? I don't know. Any
Right.
other news?
Make America 60 FPS
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, that was my closing statement.
I know. You're going to have hats.
America's 60 FPS.
And that's a bare minimum, guys. I think everybody deserves more, but we're going to start there. Okay. It's just universal basic frames per second. Let's start there. It's just like Social Security. You don't have to get uncomfortable with it. It's just like basic things. We should take care of our people. And I think we start with 60 and we work our way up. All right, the debate's over.
Well, as far as like
Glad
FPS goes, like Call of Duty, like if I played Call of Duty on my PC and it was at 60, I would go insane.
Exactly,
Because
but you'll accept it
because my
console.
monitor's 180, and I'm trying to get as close to that as I can. I don't want to be at 60. That seems really far away from my refresh. My max refresh.
For a lot of people with their TV, they're still getting at 30. They're getting half of what their TV can do, even if they don't have 120 hertz.
And most
Because they're getting
TVs
half.
now are 120, as a
and
base.
the new LG ones, like the new LG OLEDs, can do up to 144 now. So like you guys are getting there on the console, like kind of slowly. And I feel like it's interesting though. What did you guys think, like as we get out of here, like in seriousness, of them separating the disc drive from the Sony PS5 Pro? Like that's crazy to me because
it's eventually going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean,
sad
it's
to
like-
see it
it's like
happening.
a
It's like when I
midpoint of,
bought
get
my-
ready to lose it.
I mean, Apple was the first to do that. And when I bought my first Apple computer without an optical drive, and they did it before everyone else, it was a little sketchy, like, like how can I not have that drive anymore?
Mm-hmm.
But like within a couple years, you're like, yeah, it's normal. I don't need that. That's stupid. Why would I need that? But what it does though is it kind of kills the resale market on games. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like all of the pros of consoles are slowly going away for people because it used to be that they were cheap. It used to be that you could resell games. It used to be that it was physical media. It used to be like a lot of the pros, like people they're losing them. Matt's are you arguing with somebody, Matt? Did somebody call you Governor Bradford?
I'm sharing the Chicky Nug necklace with my Halo boys.
Oh my God.
I'll
Look what
Are you
you
gonna buy
started. Look what you started now. No Chicky Nugs.
Microsoft's new Game Pass standard tier is now live.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's kind of a step backwards. It's $14.99 a month. So that whole scheme that they announced with the core for $10 a month with a curate.
What are you saying?
It's a scheme. So
Okay.
So
Scam. I think you meant scam.
So for $10 a month now, you can buy Game Pass Core with over 25 games curated with Game Pass. And then for $15, you get all of the console games. And then for $12 a month, you get PC Game Pass only. And then for $20 a month, you get Ultimate, which has PC, console, and EA Play, which is, I think, the best deal if you have both.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you know, if you had the Game Pass Core for $10 a month, you are not getting Call of Duty.
You don't get first day releases anymore?
What's that?
You don't get first day releases anymore?
No, you have to upgrade to the standard for 15 to get that stuff.
Gotcha.
So the core is it's like a back catalog of stuff, right? Basically. Mm-hmm. And maybe some brand new indie games, but not the high profile stuff.
Before we get out of here, I'm just going quickly down our gamer news, which I never have looked at on Reddit.
Yeah.
But so apparently, Warhammer 40K Space Marine has broke franchise records. I think there were like 230,000 concurrent players. They've sold already millions of copies. But analyst expects PS5 Pro to sell at PS4 Pro levels despite the high price. So people were saying it's going to bomb, but I think, John, like you said, the fact that you'd want one is interesting to me because you were kind of like, no, I'm never doing this. And now you're saying, well, maybe with GTA.
Well, I started thinking about it because if I have to wait 2 years to play GTA, and I fully intend on getting a 50 series video card, I skipped the 40 on purpose.
Yeah,
because I didn't feel the need. So, and if I can't play that game for 1 to 2 years after the release,
eat you alive. Yeah,
I can't do that. I can't miss out on that game. And I feel like it's going to be the biggest game in the last 10 years, just based on the pressure and the pressure they know.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to be good. It has to be good.
Yeah, and we have one more voicemail, but there's an article here we should bring up when we talk to this woman this week. How Wukong's success could transform China's video game industry. I'm going to take this and we'll talk about that this week. Remember to subscribe to us for $1.99. You'll get the bonus shows. But let's play that last voicemail, Tiger, before we get out of here.
That's right. 520-FEEL-VGO. Tiger?
Okay, so I think I'm going to take y'all up on it. I'm going to buy a PC and hook it up to my TV. I've got a 77-inch LG OLED, but it's not the one that does 120 hertz. But let's say it did 120, or I got the best gaming TV I could buy. and I get a stout PC, what am I giving up hooking up to that TV other than frame rate, which I think I'll be able to get at least 120? What am I giving up hooking up to a TV? And can you run HDR on PC games if you're hooked up to a TV? Thank y'all.
Yeah, there's new TVs now that
Good
absolutely go up to 144 hertz. They have FreeSync and G-Sync, and they have HDR. And I mean, the way Steam Big Picture works is you can launch directly into it, so you can only do it with the controller. So what are you giving up? I mean, you still have to know how to. There's still a PC Windows underneath, the launching of the Steam Big Picture or whatever. So I guess you're giving up, John. Like, you've never really done this, but you've thought about it. You're giving up some convenience. Oh, I didn't know you had a PC in your living room.
No.
Hello?
Oh, in my basement, I have a TV right next to me.
Yeah, but you have your PC set up with it. And so, like, you kind of have the convenience of your mouse and keyboard there and all, like, ready, compared to if you were just to do it in your living room, like he's talking.
Hello?
Yeah, I think it's got a little robotic there.
I think the government's onto us because they're hearing about new people picking up PCs because of the PlayStation.
Okay. So Windows has an HDR mode you can turn on and off. I've hooked my PC down here to my LG TV. I actually played Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed's that way. Like a year or two ago. So it's totally doable.
Yeah. I do it sometimes too. I don't do it often. The question was,
what are you giving up?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to give up anything if you buy it. There's specific like OLED gaming TVs now that have everything. And the way Windows has it now, it's much easier to deal with like the HDR stuff. So I don't think you're really giving up anything.
And you got to put the TV in gaming mode. That's like critical too. Because if it's the TVs do weird shit. The TVs have like all these settings, like they try to make movies look better and they try to make games look better. You got to make sure the game mode's on to get the higher frame rate and less smearing and blurring, because movies are 24 frames per second. Like, it's all just different,
Yeah, I mean, if you're somebody who wants a powerful experience in your living room, you have two choices at the moment. You either have to get these pros or you have to do a PC in the living room type thing. And so it's getting more and more, I don't know, it's just easier and easier to do the PC living room thing. And I really want to see what Xbox does with their hardware, coming up, as well as the Switch too, because there's kind of a little bit of a fire under both of their asses right now with the Pro, with people. I heard people, like I said, I heard multiple people today saying they were looking at the Steam Deck now. Instead of buying a PS5 Pro, they want a Steam Deck. They're like, because I could get all this for less than that. And it's like, I don't know.
I saw that today too.
Yeah, it was like a topic.
And I saw some arguments today, people saying, why would I buy the PS5 Pro? I can build a PC for double the price that's decent or better or the same, and I get Xbox Game Pass with day one releases. People are, they're using the Game Pass argument.
But if you don't want to mess with PCs at all and you're only a console gamer, does that mean you can't want better performance as a console gamer? I don't know.
No, again, it mirrors what I was saying about the Switch too. I'll spend the extra money. Give me a badass motherfucking Switch.
What do you think the Switch is going to be for pricing? Because I saw Nintendo people going
$500
today.
They were saying
they're going, and wait till Nintendo comes along and the new Switch is $300. You dumb Sony people with your $700 console. It's like,
there's no way
it's a mobile chip.
$599 minimum.
You think,
if it's
really?
$300, then it's probably a piece of shit. So I don't want it to be $300
US.
I think $500 is what they're saying.
Holy shit! People are going to go ape shit if the Switch 2 is $500. They're going to have a shit fit. You know that, right? They're expecting to keep this same price for cheap because that's part of the reason why they say they like the Switch.
My opinion is, let the early adopters pay the premium to get it launched, and then next Christmas, the year later, sell it for $399, right?
Right.
But let's make it really good right out of the gate.
When you release the OLED version, which you will, sell the other version cheaper. Because let's not forget, the Switch is going backwards with the Switch too.
I know. It's
OLED
LED.
at launch.
Yeah.
And that's a big game changer for people who play on this. Once you've looked at an OLED screen, it's hard to go back.
The OLED Switch looks fucking amazing, by the way. And the OLED Switch next to...
You have the OLED Switch? Yeah, you have
I do, yeah. But the OLED Switch next to the first Steam Deck made the Steam Deck look like dog shit.
And now
then,
you have the OLED Steam Deck 2. It's
Yes,
like,
right.
now you're going to go backwards with both of them back to a non-OLED Switch.
Right.
I don't know. That's weird. But I think, like you're saying, that's a good point, John. Even if it's pricey at the start, when you release the OLED, knock the price down of the non-OLED for people because they're going to have a shit fit. But you know what? Prices go up. Candy bars used to be 2 cents. I think people have to also kind of understand that.
What are you, from the Depression era?
No, I'm just saying. My point was...
There was no 2 cent... I'm older than you, and there were no 2 cent candy
No,
bars.
I didn't say when I was alive. I said they used to be. My mom told me that candy bars were 25 cents. So I'm thinking about when my grandmother was young.
Right.
Okay, they were probably 2 cents or 5 cents.
That's right.
Yeah,
We
I had
used
to hear about it. You know, the people in my family, everything was the price of a candy bar.
Your
Around here,
father
we
had
used to double.
5 mules,
Right.
and then
Right.
he would ride them into town and bring back flour, and he gave us
I had to hear about my
bit
mom.
of honey
You know,
that he
I
paid
go down
4
to the
cents
local
for.
store, and candy bars were $0.25, and I'd come back with a chocolate candy bar. So sorry, let me say, when my mom was a kid, candy bars were $0.25. Okay, Old Cranky
Right.
says he remembers 25-cent candy bars.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
I
saying-
do. I feel like that must be in the 80s. They were $0.25, but anyway, or 50 cents.
I
But
remember
Michelle, get us out of
$1.50,
here.
But I don't know. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. We had fun tonight. Thank you guys for joining us live.
did.
You know, we were competing with the debate. But for everybody else, you can come down live every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/John and Michelle. You can sub free with Amazon Prime. It really helps the show, and we appreciate it. We'll be back next week with John's lover, Matt McCarthy. And then, Matt, you're going to be probably joining us every show starting in October, which is going to be fun. What else? I think that's it. Come on down to Discord at
That's right.
videogameoutsiders.com. Let us know. Are you buying a PlayStation Pro, or are they crazy to price it at that? And I think that's it.
That's right. I want to thank
debate.
everyone. I,
Good
of course,
debate.
am John Tucker Anderson, and
That's
this
right.
was our 2025
Vote Madison.
PS5
2025.
Pro
I'll get
presidential
you a GPU.
debate.
Governor Maddie Sanders, 2024.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
PS5, yo. I'm a robot man. I collect the coins. Look at me fly around with my jetpack. $700. That's just dinner and flowers.
PS5 is alive. PS Pro bought an Astro.
I'm a robot man. I'm a robot man. Look at me, I'm a robot. Flying around, collecting coins. I'm climbing up a hill. I see a monster. I killed him with my jetpack. I'm a robot man. $700. That's just dinner and flowers. Broke boys acting like it's all mom's allowance. $700. That's just dinner and flowers. Broke boys acting like it's all mom's allowance. Now, I hate to say this, but yeah, Phil wouldn't do this.